Namaste, ephemeral. Namaste. I hope it works better this time. My internet is kind of crying today. That's why we had a problem earlier. I'm not sure if it's solved, but let's see. Also, before other guests come in, please remember I just published a book. You can find it in the link of my bio. Please check it out. The whole reason for writing the book is because a lot of the Hindus themselves don't know what happened in the Malabar riots. Yeah, they pass it off as some kind of a freedom fighter movement or whatever nonsense, but no, it was an absolute massacre of the Hindus living in that region. So it's our job to actually know these things. It's our job to actually make sure that when we see signs of this happening again, we can nip it right in the bud. So that's why I wrote the book. I would love and appreciate all the support that I can get from everybody. Namaste, namaste. Ram Ram, Ram Ram Muji. Good evening, namaste. Sat Sri Akal, brother. Sat Sri Akal. And again, the Bangladeshi Hindu situation is not actually getting better at all. This idiot of the new prime minister, the interim prime minister, he's actually kind of enabling the barbarians to do what they do. So again, these are things that I want Hindus to we have to keep talking about it. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Ram Ram, Prem Saritra ji. I want to join. Just request. Where can I request? I mean, there should be a button down there somewhere called multi-good. Have you seen your street food? Yes, I consume my street food. It's actually amazing. Most of the street food videos that you see online, which is actually disgusting, most of them are actually Pakistani or Bangladeshi. It has nothing to do with Indian. And the few that is Indian, they do it because it's actually good views. You guys keep giving them views, and they keep making those shitty videos because it's good money. And some of those videos are actually seen straight from a movie. The racism of the West was so crazy that you could not even somebody created clips out of a movie. The whole thing was a movie, and spread it around saying, look at Indian street food. But the West is so racist, they actually went with it. They never bothered to check, okay, is it actually real? Because Indian street food is actually amazing. It's not showing, bro. There should be a multi-guest button down there somewhere. Hello.
Hi. So I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So how long have you been into Hinduism?
Roughly 4 years now.
4 years. And why do you say it's the truth?
After a lot of studies and research, I found out that Hinduism is the only truth. Everything else is fake, man-made ideologies created to control people. But Hinduism actually is ancient sciences that has an understanding of what is going on, and it enhances your life using that
I
knowledge.
mean, every single religion says that, though.
But every single religion cannot prove it. Hinduism is not a religion, by the way, Kira. That is the big difference here.
How is it not a religion if it's something you believe in and it's organized? I mean, it can be.
None of that is true. It's not organized. I don't believe in it. It's just knowledge, and there is no, what do you call it, relegation. The word religion comes from the word religare, which means to conform, and Hinduism is the opposite. It gives you all the knowledge that you want, and you go live your life the way you want it. Nobody can come and say, oh no, you know what, just follow this book blindly and it will take you to the truth or whatever
So
nonsense. It
there's no
doesn't make sense.
consequences.
Consequences, absolutely there's consequences. We have society for that.
I meant like as in karma.
Karma is cause and effect, which it is playing out every second. And Hindus came up with the idea of karma, Kila.
Yeah, that's why I ask, but why do you believe it is the truth? Is it also reincarnation? Is that a part of it? Because I believe in that.
Reincarnation is absolutely true, yes.
I definitely believe in that for sure. And I don't think if hell is a place, I don't think it's a place of damnation. I think like what does fire do? It recreates something new. It just doesn't destroy it all the time.
See,
It,
the idea of hell is of absolutely fiction. Like if you're a shitty parent, if you don't know how to talk to your children, but you want the child to listen, right? What will you do? You'll tell the child, behave the way I want you to behave, and then I will give you rewards and the gift that you want, or candy or whatever, right? And if the child does not behave, you put them to detention, or you ground them, or something like that. So this fear and reward based system, they literally took that idea and created hell and heaven.
yeah,
It's
I
very
agree.
obvious. People made it up.
I think, but I don't think that my view of hell isn't like eternal damnation. I think it's meant to cleanse the soul. If it
Yeah,
is a
I don't.
place, I don't think it's eternal.
Sure. I mean, you're talking like a Hindu now.
I don't claim any labels.
That's good. That's good. Hinduism actually does not mean anything. The reason why we use the word Hinduism is because this is a word given to us by the colonizer. You know,
So yes,
actually
but
called.
is there gods,
There is no
so to
God.
speak? No
For
divinities.
God, there is no God. Period. The idea of God was created again to control people.
So
People saw that
there's no
everybody is
gods
afraid
in
of their father.
Hinduism at all.
No, there is no God. No, it's not that there is no God in Hinduism. There is no God. Period.
No gods, as in plural. Nothing.
No, there was never a God. It never existed. Even when Christianity or Islam
No,
talks
I'm
about a
not
God,
talking about Christianity.
so whatever gods is, right? Christian God, Hindu God, whatever gods you're talking about, they don't exist.
I'm
Because
talk
all
I'm
because
talking about multiple, not I'm talking about poly like gods, like multiple.
does not matter. Multiple God, one God, all gods are fake. They don't exist. The idea of God, again, it was created because everybody saw that people are afraid of their father, people are afraid of the king, people are afraid of the local authority. So they created an enormously big authority that runs everything.
I mean, I agree with that, but I think they would withhold knowledge of that and then just tell them in parables and stories, but they wouldn't get the full picture, if you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that.
So what you see as gods in Hinduism, right? They were never gods. When the Christian colonizer came to India, they termed them gods because they wanted to come and claim that these are false gods and only our Jesus is true.
So
So the
you
concept
are
of God never
saying you
existed
walked
in
the
Hinduism.
earth at one
What?
point?
Who walked the earth?
So are you saying like they were spirits or now spirits, or they walked the earth at one point?
No, these are representations of different principles of the universe. Like, for example, there is a deity called Lakshmi. Okay, she literally, has gold pouring out of her hands, and there is gold showering everywhere. She sits on a lotus. I mean, nobody actually thinks that there is a woman called Lakshmi sitting up in the sky somewhere. This representation actually represents wealth. That's what she is. So
Yeah.
people do the concept of wealth and they personified it.
So the
Like,
duality, also not only the universe, but also the dualities within oneself. So I see what you're saying. So how? So
for example, the deity that you see in the background,
yeah.
the picture, she represents confidence and strength. Like nobody think there's an actual woman riding a lion somewhere, a tiger somewhere. But no, when you look at her and we venerate her, when you invoke her within yourself, you become confident and you become strong.
So how is there a creation story in Hinduism of like the earth and the sky and people?
I told you Hinduism is not a religion, so you should not be looking at parallels because there is no creation story. There is no creator for there to be creation. The world was
You're
always here.
saying it was always here.
Absolutely, yes. See, if you look at modern science, it will tell you that everything is energy. Have you
Yeah,
encountered this?
everything is made out of sound and energy,
Yes,
light and
yes, exactly.
sound.
That is absolutely perfect. So, if you look at the second law of thermodynamics, what does it say? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it just keeps changing forms,
But
right?
also in alchemy, The first rule of alchemy is that something can't be created from nothing.
I completely agree. Yes, because there's already
So,
energy everywhere, and you're literally transmuting energy into different, different forms and
I
different
mean, through our
uses
minds.
through your minds, through different processes, through different techniques. Absolutely.
So, do you believe in a way that we are gods with how they have been described throughout time?
No, why use the word God at all? When you use the word God,
What should
it
I
is a word.
use, and why is that bad?
It's bad because there is a lot of connotations coming with it. In a room when you say
I mean,
God, a
there's good
Christian
and
is
bad. I
thinking.
mean, there's good and bad gods. Yeah. I mean,
No, no,
there's
no,
good
wait,
and
wait,
bad in
wait.
everything.
I'm not talking about good and bad gods. I'm talking about the word God itself. If you come to a room and say the word God, a Christian thinks something else, a Muslim thinks something else, a
I
Hindu
mean,
thinks
but
something
that's
else.
my first language is English. So, I mean, what else should I use?
Okay, so in Hinduism, the word we use is Brahman. Okay, and the
Brahma?
word Brahman, the closest translation of Brahman is consciousness.
So, life, a living being or thing.
No, the fact that you're conscious right now, would you say I'm conscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you say I am conscious, right, you cannot use that sentence without saying I first. The sense of I, me, right? That sense of I is consciousness. That's what a Hindu is saying when when he uses the
Okay.
word God, he's meaning that.
But you don't believe, like, so what about divinity? What's your view on that word and everything like that? Do you know where I'm, like, getting with that?
Yeah, yeah, I do see it, and it's very hard to have this dialogue in English. Um Everything is divine. Everything is that one energy changing forms, right? So technically, everything is divine. And the funny thing is,
So,
if everything is divine, then nothing is divine.
so in Hinduism, then, and you believe in past lives, and is it a thing where something can be a new soul and never had a past life at one point?
Mm, See, again, the problem with the word soul, I have a problem with the word soul.
You have a lot of
In
problems with
Hinduism,
things, but that's the only word I can use.
no, no, see, I'll tell you exactly how it works, right? It's not the body and the soul. Okay, that
Well,
is
the
a very.
consciousness and the soul are not the same. I know
No, no,
that.
wait, wait. Let me finish. So, there are 7 layers of the body.
Yeah.
One is the gross layer, which is the physical thing that you experience. Then there is the mental layer, there's the subtle layer, there's an energy layer too, which is pure energy. It does not
Yes.
actually transform into
That's something
something.
that's a living body
Yes.
creates as it's
And then
living.
there is the karmic layer. Karmic layer is the all the karmas that you perform. This keeps getting transformed into your new life.
So, do you believe that someone could not have past lives, is what I'm saying.
Everybody has past lives. Without past lives, you will not be a human being or a person to begin
So,
with.
the reason why I ask that is because I also want to ask, so is there any, like, I'm sure, like, you can meditate and, like, see some of these things and see some of these lives that you've lived, but is there anything, is it like normal or a normal occurrence where someone is in Hinduism and, like, they're shown their past lives, or they have to go through something to know their past lives?
This is absolutely accurate what you just said. For a lot of processes, your guru might say, you know what, you need to remember your past life, and he will give you methods and techniques to remember it, and that will actually aid you in your journey.
That's badass.
Yep.
But yeah, that's basically all I had to say. That's all for my questions, but thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming. Bye. I was kind of hostile to her in the beginning, but she had really good questions. So don't mind me. I'm just being me. This guy doesn't want to join. Please request only if you have the time.
Hello, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? What's up?
Good, good, good. So, tell me, why is Hinduism true?
Okay, first go and finish your food and then come back. Tell me why. Hinduism, the truth.
Hello?
If idiots like that show up, bro, I'm never going to talk to you. Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Good afternoon.
I'm good.
Question,
Good afternoon.
and I'm sorry if this comes off as ignorant, but is it true that Hindus they drink cow urine?
Is it?
Hello?
Is it, Joseph?
Is it true that Hindus drink? Is it true that Hindus drink cow urine?
No, that's Muslims, bro. Islam.
Nah, I'm pretty
That's
sure it's
Islam.
Hindus in India drinking cow urine.
It's Islam, bro. It's Islam. Bukhari 5686.
Man, fuck Krishna and fuck your mother, you fucking bitch. I'll slap the shit out of you, nigga.
See how like his name Joseph, but I knew he's Muslim. That's not a Muslim thing. The way he taught. I mean, sorry, a Christian thing. I can smell you guys, bro. I can smell you guys. No, he'll just be like, oh, Joseph was one of our prophets. That's absolutely Islam. Bukhari 5686. Hey, what's up?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. My question
Can you
is,
speak up a little bit? You're sitting far from your mic.
it's because of I'm driving right now. It's because of that. I'll hop on it later then.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Hey, what's up?
Good. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to ask something about Hinduism. Yeah, I wanted to ask, how come people say that there's only some Hindus that I know, they only say that there's one God, but how come some people say there's millions?
Doesn't matter. Have you read any Hindu scripture?
Not really, no.
Yeah, then that's the only. Look at this guy again with the eating nonsense.
Sorry?
I think there are 2-3 people. They do this purposely. You know, they're like, like, what are you actually doing? Do you think I'm the Hajr al Aswad? You start licking around. Seriously? Am I the Hajr al Aswad? Am I your rock stone god? That you guys start licking? Like seriously? So rude on there. No, it's not the rude part. It's the irritation part. They think I'm the Hajr al Aswad. They start licking around.
Hey, you know that, right? It's a fuck Hinduism. It's a fake as fuck. And I don't like fucking Hinduism. It's a fucking shit. Your
Sure,
God
sure Muslim. Sure Muslim.
looks like fucking whore. Fuck
Okay,
Hindu,
Muslim.
motherfucker.
Okay,
Fucking
Muslim.
stupid ass fuck.
Thank you, Muslim. Anything else, Muslim? मुसलमान अरे भाग गया मुसलमान ये तो फट्टू मुसलमान था exemplary Muslim behavior, absolutely, RBG, absolutely.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Sounds good. How are you?
Good.
Are you going to eat again, or will you actually have a proper chat?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, what is Hinduism, and why do you believe it to be true?
Hinduism is just ancient science. It's not a belief system. I don't believe it to be true. I know it to be true through my research.
You don't believe it to be true. You know it to be true.
Absolutely, that's a big distinction.
What's the epistemological difference between knowing something and believing something to be true?
Do you know you have two hands, or do you believe you have two hands?
I believe I have two hands.
You don't know you have two hands.
What?
So you just believe it. You don't actually know it.
Yeah, I'm presupposing that my senses are reliable. Do you understand the distinction now? Hello?
Okay, wait. Are you Muslim?
Let's the topic. Why do you believe or
My
know
internet is...
Hinduism is true?
Again, I told you I don't believe anything. I just know Hinduism is true through my research.
And what is that? What is that based on? That's what I'm asking. I mean, there's no need to get into the polemics of the difference between knowing and believing, because I mean philosophers agree that there's no real distinction between them. What is your knowledge based on? Hello? You still there? I don't know if it's my connection, but stop. You there?
Amram.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Ammuji? I was speaking all this time. I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now, but it was not when I was down there.
Okay. So I was speaking all this time. I don't know. I could not. So yeah, what is your question again?
So when you were speaking to that girl before, you said a lot of things that had like contradictions in it. You don't have a creation story, right? You believe
Because
that
there is
the
something.
universe. You believe that universe is eternal.
No, I don't believe it. I know it's eternal.
Okay, why do you know that? What's the evidence?
Do you know? Do you understand string theory?
String theory has been disproven like 10 years ago.
By whom?
I mean, you can look it up. I don't know the names, but type in Google.
Was the double slit experiment and quantum theory also disproven?
I don't know the details of those, but
Okay, so
yeah,
if you look up the double slit experiment, you will see that everything exists as pure potential. Nothing materializes till there is an observer. That is called the observer effect. So it actually proves to you that everything is energy. Are you behind this whole idea that everything is energy, or do I have to explain that too?
I believe that. Yeah, I
No,
believe
I
that
don't
the
care what
only
you
true,
believe.
only the only
I don't
true
care what you
observer,
believe.
the only true observer is God. I do understand the idea that the material reality that we live in is contingent.
Contingent. So this is a Muslim. Okay. Every time you hear the word contingent, you should know you're talking to a Muslim. Okay. So you are thinking everything. The only true observer is Allah, right?
The one true God, yes.
And he decided to write a book to talk to his creation. That makes sense to you.
He didn't write it himself. He revealed the eternal speech at different
So
times,
this
and
dude is the ultimate observer. He's observing all the time, but he chooses to talk to his own creation through a book. Like he could not just like put ideas into people's head. He decides to use a book through a prophet who could not even read and write properly. And over the hundreds of years, it gets
here,
compiled, and that is the
let's.
true nature of his reality.
So yeah, we
You
don't
actually believe
believe
this.
that.
You believe this nonsense, and you are here to talk science to me.
Well, I started off ask about Hinduism. I don't know why you jumped into Islam, and so can you tell me? So let's go back. So I was just in India. I'm from
No,
India,
I'm not trying to label. I did not try to label you Christian killer. Please go back and watch the whole thing. I
and
upload everything on YouTube.
they just got done with the Ganpati festival. Can do you believe in that stuff or no?
I told you I don't believe anything.
Do you know that the thing you worship brutally
Hindus don't worship anything. The idea of worship is
beheaded an
Islam.
infant?
No, the idea of worship is a stupid idea. It originates from Islam, Christianity, and all those nonsense.
So what is this truth that you're calling to? Like if you have like nothing to stand on. I don't get it.
See, the problem is like you did not ask any genuine questions so far.
Okay, so
Your
define
questions are
truth.
loaded.
Let's start
Your
with
questions are loaded.
let's start
Uncle,
with the
uncle,
basics.
okay.
Let's start with the basics.
Your questions are all loaded. You are presupposing a lot of things. Come with me.
What am I
come to me.
presupposing by asking what is Hinduism and why is it true? What am I presupposing?
No, you asked me like, okay, do you guys worship this? Did you ask me if you worship anything at all?
No, that wasn't my first question. My first question was, what is Hinduism and why do you believe it to be true?
No,
And
you
why
did
do
not
you
ask me what is Hinduism. You asked me why do you believe it is true. You never asked me what is Hinduism.
Okay.
That's what you should have started with.
I mean, if you're recording this, you can go back and listen. But yeah, if I didn't, I'm going to ask again. What is Hinduism and why do you believe it to be true?
Sure. Hinduism is just ancient science. It's not a religion. There is no belief system.
Wait,
There's no
slow down. Ancient sciences? What does that mean?
What does science mean?
Science just literally means knowledge in Greek.
This is ancient knowledge and research done by ancient scientists to explain the reality around us.
To explain the reality around us. How is that different than what Christians or Muslims believe? That the idea that we accept that there's one true creator is explaining the reality around us.
No, bro, that
What's
is
the
made
difference?
up nonsense. It's not actually true.
Okay, why do you believe? Why? I mean, you keep making claims without justifying or defending it.
No,
Why do
you
you
are the
believe
one
this?
making claim right now. You just literally connected science to your nonsense Islam Arab God. How does that even make sense?
So science, can you define science for me, please? Like,
Science
what do
is
you
our
mean by
understanding
science?
of the world around us. That's science.
No. Science is something we do. It's a methodology. Colloquially, science. That's what science means. Science is to do the first of all have a hypothesis, do the observation, then test your hypothesis.
Yes,
That's the
that
whole
is the
process.
key. That is the key. You test
And
your
this was
hypothesis.
invented, by the way. I mean, I don't know
Wait. Brother,
what world
that is the
you're
key
living
right
in,
there.
what world
That
you're
is the
living
key
in,
right
but it
there.
was invented by Muslims thousand years ago almost. Do you know anything about the scientific method? Like, do you know any basics? This is
Brother,
not
all
even
of the
coming
Muslim
from.
scientists, right? All of the Muslim scientists, they are basically stealing ideas from the Hindus. Everybody. Your blue-eyed boy Al Biruni, he literally gives credit to the Hindus for everything he
Why do you
discovered.
believe this? Why do you believe this?
It's his own words. It's not my words.
Where is it written? What?
Go
Give me
look it
the
up. Go look
context.
it up. Al Biruni actually, like whenever they said,
It was.
numerals, the Muslim scientists they call it Hind numerals. But
You're
then
confusing
for some
between.
reason, when they represented themselves in the West, they're like, oh, Arabic numerals. Bro, everything was
So
stolen from India. These people were
so
just translators.
using numerals to do science is stealing
Your
something.
Muslim
So
scientists were just translators. They were translating work they got from India. These were
Ibn
barbarians
Haytham,
who did
Ibn
not know anything
Haytham,
about.
and yeah,
They
Ibn
were using
Haytham is
the
the
free
first
flow method
one
to what were
to
behind. They did
formulate
not
the
even know
scientific
anything.
method.
Oh, bro.
I mean, you're over talking me.
Who said science
Let's do
was invented
one
by
step at a
Muslims?
time. Hold on. So
Okay, okay, wait,
do you
one second,
believe
Grippy, one
that
second,
using
Grippy, one
numerals?
second. Grippy, one second. What is the word used for science in the Quran?
Ilm.
What? Ilm is knowledge.
Ilm.
Ilm is not science. You're lying to me right now.
Science. So I told you, literally, you have to just Google what the word science actually means. Science literally means
Wait. You
knowledge.
literally went ahead and like you went on a big rant saying how science is about inquiry and research and all that.
Yeah. So
And now you're saying
you didn't
science
even
is
let
just
me
knowledge.
finish. Yeah. So the scientists that claim that they use that they would quote the Quran and the Hadith saying that these are the reasons why they have
No
actually
scientist quotes the
stepped in the
Quran. What
science.
are you talking about? No scientist quotes the Quran.
No.
What? Flat Earth? That is science.
That's not what I meant. What I
Mountains
meant was the
dragged
verse in
onto
the
the.
Quran.
That is science.
Yeah, there's verses in the Quran that is encouraging Muslims or believers to go out and look at the external reality, and
Right.
so that's the foundation for why Ibn Haytham really
Then
went
why did
into.
none of the Muslims actually invent anything? Why did they have to steal everything from Hindus?
Well, that's not true. Ibn Haytham is
It's
the first
absolutely true.
one
It's
to
absolutely true. All of
invent.
them, these were barbarians going from tribe to tribe, looting them, and then suddenly they showed up to
Why
India.
are you so hateful? I don't get it. Like all I see is hate from you. Like,
Okay, now you're going to gaslight me.
did Muslims do
The
anything
victim
in?
card is here. The victim card. Gaslighting is here.
No, it is true. I mean, all you're doing is
Can you actually
hateful
stick to
speech.
the topic instead of running around, brother?
Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Yeah.
So you said Hinduism is ancient sciences.
Absolutely,
What does that mean? Like what does that even mean?
We established what science is. We actually had a big discussion on this. Do you want to go back and establish what science is?
Yeah, please go ahead and tell me what ancient sciences mean. Like what does that mean? Like I see you guys worship
Like
like
for example,
elephants.
right? Let me
I
make
see
a
you
clear
guys worship
dichotomy. Uncle,
a
wait.
monkey god.
Let me make a clear dichotomy between science and nonsense religions of the world, right? Nonsense religions cannot be proved, verified, and repeated. It cannot be. It's just some dude coming and saying an angel talked to me, or I saw God in a dream, or some nonsense.
So the entirety of science is based on unproven assumptions. Did you know this? The entirety of science
No proof
is
for
based
anything.
on
Hinduism
unproven
is
assumptions. Okay, so
mind
what
you.
is Hinduism? So Hinduism is true, but science is based on assumptions. You're fine with that.
My internet is going again.
But you're saying at the same time that Hinduism.
Wait, is my voice cut off again? Amity, could you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, so
What
that's
is
what
it?
I'm
What
saying.
is
That is
it
a big
you
difference.
calling? Let's say, I want to know what the truth is about reality. Tell me something that I could like actually understand and accept based on logic, based on evidence, based on some coherence.
No,
All
I
it
don't
is
think
just
you're
yapping.
capable of understanding all that. No, you're not capable of that.
Why?
So I
Why do
can
you
go
say
to
that?
something basic because I can tell, you're not here to learn anything.
I'm literally asking you what Hinduism is. All you mentioned was ancient sciences, right?
Yes,
What does that
yes.
mean? What does ancient sciences are? What are those?
I literally gave you a dichotomy between what religions talk about and how Hindu scriptures talk about. Did you hear that?
You gave a dichotomy about religion and what Hinduism is.
Yes, I did.
And so, what does that have to do with my question?
It has everything to do with your question. What are you talking about?
Define ancient sciences and tell me what those
No,
are and tell me
wait.
what they're true.
Let me see if you're actually paying attention. Can you tell me the dichotomy I gave you between religion and
Yeah, I
Hinduism?
heard the dichotomy. It makes no sense. Like you're not addressing the
That's okay.
question.
That's
You're
okay.
trying to run away.
It does not have to make sense. Just repeat it back for me.
You're deflecting now. What was
No,
what
no. I
was my
just want to
question?
know if you're paying attention, bro.
No, I want to know if you're paying attention. I asked you the question first. What is ancient sciences?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. If you're not paying attention, then there's no point of talking here. We are just wasting each other's time.
And science in Islam? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Flat Earth is science.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. By the way, my internet is really crying. I keep losing voice here and there. So if that
Okay,
happens,
so my name is Mariah. I was born Jewish. I converted to Islam 6 years ago while visiting Egypt. I got a lot of spiritual signs from God as to why I converted. And I just want to mention one thing.
Maria, did I ask you any of this? Do you think I care?
Okay, can I mention one thing?
No, you cannot. Read the background. What does it say in the last line?
What?
Read the background. What does it say?
I do have a question.
Okay, go
My
straight to the
question
then.
is,
Yes.
when the previous guy asked you if it's true that Hindus drink cow urine, you go ahead and reply that Muslims do, which shows sheer ignorance. Because in Islam, Muslims are not allowed to drink urine of.
Okay. This girl just converted to Islam. She doesn't even know. Bukhari 5686. Not only that, your prophet actually said drinking his urine is good for you. What are you talking? The whole urine thing comes from Islam. Come on. And this girl, she converted. She did not convert. She was born Muslim. She's lying to us.
Of course. A Jew converting to Islam? Yeah, right.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's good, my man?
All good. You have any
So,
questions for me?
you know what? Why not? So, Hinduism is the truth. Come to Hinduism. Tell me about it. So, convince me. Go ahead. I'm all ears.
No. I'm not here to convince anybody. When I say come to Hinduism, it's like somebody saying come to science.
Okay.
You cannot, like, nobody can tell you, say the scientific shahada and you become a scientist, or you say a couple of words, dip yourself in water and call you a scientist. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Hinduism is the truth though, and your children will be Hindu. So when I say come to Hinduism, I'm like, you know what, let me answer some questions to people, because when the children become Hindu tomorrow, they should know exactly what the children
Yeah,
are
but
practicing.
like, how do you know my children are going to be Hindus tomorrow? Tell me, how do you know that?
Okay. For example, you're Muslim, right, Ali?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Does the Quran tell you how to use a telephone?
To be honest with you, I'm not the most of practicing. Like, I'm practicing, but I'm not very at the same time. But no, I don't think so. No.
The Quran does not say that. But the Quran makes it very clear that drawing pictures is actually haram.
Yes, it
And
does.
it also makes it very clear that listening to music is haram.
Yeah.
So, but here you are on a TikTok application, which is literally for moving pictures and music.
That's true. No, you have a point. That's true. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The point I'm trying to make here is everybody eventually comes to science.
Okay.
No matter what religion you're from, everybody eventually chooses technology. They eventually choose science. And Hinduism is literally science.
Fair enough. Well, I wouldn't fully say that Hinduism is science. Now, there's a.
I did not ask your opinion, brother. Ask me why Hinduism is science.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah. So if you actually look up Hindu scriptures, right, they do not make stupid claims like, God came to me and gave me information, or, Yeah, I
Okay,
talked to him.
first of all, you need to speak with a bit of respect. You can't say stuff like that, like stupid things. You can't say that. Okay, if you as a Hindu, you need to respect other people's beliefs as well.
Ali, if I come and tell you, you know what, Jibril is talking to me right now, would you call me stupid or would you actually believe me?
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say you need to have a bit of respect. Okay, but anyways, carry on with. I'll carry on with your thing. Forget
No, no,
about it. Carry
Jibril is
on.
talking to me right now. Jibril wants me to say, tell you guys that I'm the new prophet, and from now on, touching children is not cool.
Oh, okay. Again, touching. Where are you getting this touching children from?
You know, the Muhammad touched the baby Aisha.
तुम लोग गाय की मूत नहीं पीते?
अरे फट गया चूतिया, फट गया थे
हाय हाय गाय की मूत
गांडू,
पीने वाले.
फट गया भूसड़ी का, फट गया.
What is that?
Like, you know, explosion and you know these people. What are you supposed to do? फट गया. He wants me to respect them. Like, dude, how can I respect stupidity? If I see something stupid, I'll say stupid.
Of course.
Saying stupid things like, you know, there's an angel coming and talking to me, that is stupid, bro. That is absolutely stupid. Don't come to me with that nonsense. Angel talk to me. Angel is talking to me.
Push me, you want? I'm a person each week.
What's up?
Of course, bro needs to spray me. Oh, hey, hello.
How old are you? 5-star. How old are you?
I just need to say that you
Yeah,
Hinduism
yeah,
looking
yeah.
ass.
Thank you for coming. Chota bacha.
Not even 10.
I mean, I could have had a decent conversation with him, but he continuously kept like putting rules. I think Hinduism is this. I think Hindus should behave like that. Dude, then you're not here genuinely asking me a question. You're here to tell me what Hinduism is. What am I supposed to do with that nonsense?
Exactly.
Okay, this person doesn't want to join. Please don't request if you're not going to join. The request jihad is waste of time, everybody's time. How many gods? There is no god, bro.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, yeah. What is your boyfriend saying, bro, in the background? I heard him.
What?
I heard a dude in the background. Your boyfriend.
I have a genuine question, my brother.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So what hand does Shiva use to masturbate?
See, I told you that was his boyfriend. These people are talking about So this guy had a boyfriend in the background. See, I told you. He had a boyfriend. And that is the sunnah of the Prophet, by the way. Sunnah Nabi Dawud 5224. The Prophet had a boyfriend. So he's actually following the sunnah. Sunan Abi Dawud 5224. Go look it up. All the non-Muslims who's watching this, Sunan Abi Dawud 5224. Go look it up. The Prophet had a boyfriend.
I have all the hadiths written down.
That is great.
Yes.
Hey, what's up? I remember you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Finally, like, you know, my temporary job ended. Thank goodness. It was 24/7. But yeah, that way I can like connect to this life more. So yeah, plus sides.
The pleasure is all mine because you know you can see the level of guests we are getting today.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm just a bit confused about why these individuals would just, you know, request a live with you to like abuse and swear. I get trolling, but it's, I hate to say this, but it's almost, you know, it looks like it's just coming from a bunch of people that have one certain belief. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course, of course. And I'm glad you're careful with your words. I don't want them to like hog you after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your inbox might get flooded after this, so I'm glad you are choosing your words carefully.
Oh, it's okay. I can take it. No worries. Yeah, so I'm just wondering why. Oh, sorry. You were saying something?
No, nothing. Go ahead, ask. I'll go on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, why is it that it's always like one group of people specifically? Had it been like, from multiple people, like from different beliefs and, just random, I would have somewhat understood people trolling, but I don't really get it.
If you read the holy book, you'll get exactly what they're doing. This
I,
is a direct commandment from their god or whatever you want to call it.
the comfort stuff?
Yeah, of course. It's a direct commandment. They're literally following their book when they behave like this.
But like, Christians also like have things called, blasphemy and stuff like that. I feel like which is almost similar but not as intense.
See, the difference is Christianity had a little time to kind of rectify itself.
Oh,
It
okay.
went to a lot of reforms, right? But these people are still stuck in the 6th century.
Okay.
No reform.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh well. It is what it is, I suppose.
In fact, I've actually talked to so many people. They actually want to. When we have those thought experiments, right? Like if you want to go somewhere in the past, where would you like to go? If you ask these people, they literally want to go, into those nomadic lands where they barely had any water to wash their behind and live that lifestyle. They actually want that. So when I say they are living in the 6th century, I'm not even joking. They actually are.
That is insane. Like, I get part of it that people want to go back in history because today's economy is not the best. But whenever I think about people saying that they wish the older times, I'm like, I just can't help but be a bit biased against the fact that they miss the times when women were subservient, etc.
Oh, they do. That thing they do miss big time. In fact, I have so many of these cube worshippers. They send me message saying like, we will take back India and there will be Hindu women sold on the streets again. They're
What?
saying this thing to me openly.
Sometimes like I want to give human beings the benefit of the doubt and say that they're doing this specifically to troll you, but I don't know. But
But this is
I
not
hate.
trolling. Right now, for example, just look up the videos of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And what happened in Afghanistan, right? The moment Taliban took over, you saw exactly how
Oh, yeah.
the women have no rights there at this point. So they actually want this lifestyle. They dream of it.
Yeah,
The
that's.
fact that there are women coming and defending this nonsense, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, that's something I can't wrap my head around either. And for Afghanistan, I feel like, the individuals there like seem very open-minded, like even regardless of the fact that India has a very different religion than what the majority of people do. They tend to be very supportive to India.
No,
So I
Ree,
kind of.
the thing is, they actually show this face to the outside world to kind of like, open the door to have a dialogue. But in reality, this is what they want. They want the subservience of women. They want women to not have any personality or a voice. And they want the male gene to take over. And it becomes an absolute patriarchy. The worst level of patriarchy you can think of, it takes that form. And they're happy with this.
Are you sure it's not just the Taliban? You're saying that it's also the citizens, like the ones being
The
oppressed?
citizens welcomed the Taliban when it happened. They let them inside. They were like, okay, this is what we wanted.
Oh, is it like a bit similar to the Iranian situation, with the Islamic Revolution and
So
how?
Iranian situation too. In the beginning, they wanted this, but now the youth is
Yeah.
actually revolting.
Yeah. So
So
you
a
don't
few
think
generations
it's.
down the line, you might see the same thing in Afghanistan.
Oh, but not right now, you're saying.
Not right now, no.
Oh,
Right
I
now,
see.
some few people are suffering and they don't really have a voice because the majority actually wants this.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like I've just spoken to like to be honest, I wish I could say women, but then I only know one girl from my university who's also from Afghanistan, and then she said that like, she's also has her own personal grudges against Pakistan because they brought the Taliban in and stuff like that. And yeah, but
I'm sure there are outliers out there like that, of course.
oh, outliers. Okay, that's
Yeah.
sad to hear. Because like all the other Islamic countries, I know wholeheartedly support Pakistan, which is like that's fine. Support whoever you want, but they don't acknowledge, the terrorist activities in those countries.
Don't use the T word. You might have to say
Uh-oh.
say radical.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was
Yeah,
that was blacklisted. My bad. Yeah, the radicals and stuff who, create havoc and stuff. I'm not saying the citizens are like that necessarily, but I'm talking about strictly the radicals. Like, a lot of Islamic countries don't acknowledge that. However, the Gulf and Afghanistan are quite, at least like the people I see on the internet, tend to at least be a little more vocal against that.
See, the Gulf is actually going through a big transformation right now. Like Saudi itself, right? If you hear the things that the new king or prince is saying, he really wants to reform the whole thing. He wants to make it modern. But it's the converted countries, like Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, who are not originally Muslim, they got converted later. They get a lot of funding from, say, countries like Qatar or something, so that people keep getting radicalized. They get more tourists coming to Hajj and spending money there. So it's a big marketing funnel.
Why does Qatar fund them? Like, at one point, it used to be people who said that it was Saudi that was funding them, and I used to wholeheartedly believe it.
Saudi funding, see, the funding behind Saudi is that they want more money to come into Hajj, because Hajj is a big money maker for them. Even if all the oil wells dry up, Hajj will keep making the money.
Okay.
So for that, they were funding these things. The more converts there is, the more these people will dream about coming there. But the Qatar situation right now, it's extremely nefarious, not just money. They actually want to be the new caliphate leaders of the world.
The hell? That's where the World Cup took place, like the football World Cup. I thought they were a little more liberal than that.
Yeah, but in the World Cup, they kept inserting Islam everywhere. They brought that hate speecher Zakir Naik to,
are you freaking serious?
Yeah, Zakir Naik was a big part of the whole thing.
How the hell do I not know this?
Yeah. Look it up right now. So it was actually, I don't know how the Indian diplomacy reacted to this, because that dude is wanted in India.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. And the fact that people cannot see through this nonsense is just crazy. It's just more crazy. They actually think that, these people are doing something good and eventually Islam will take over. But then if you read their books, you know exactly why they behave like this.
It's a little crazy though, like, don't they have a line, like, in Christianity they say something like love thy neighbor, but don't they have like a line similar in the Quran?
The concept of love does not come up in the Quran.
Oh, what?
No, the word does not exist in the Quran.
Are you serious? Not even once?
Not even once, no.
That is...
The best way they describe a man-woman relationship is that a woman is a man's right-hand position.
Shut the hell up. I remember...
I wish I was making this up. I'm not making this up. It's straight from the book. It's called the right-hand positions.
Listen, I hate to say this, but I know where you're coming from, because at one point, like, when my sister and I were staying at a staycation, we were just like flipping through a translated version of the Quran, because, in these hotels and stuff like that, they always have like a book of the Quran in the Emirates. All right. So we were just like flipping through the pages, and then she just randomly came across this line saying that to discipline your women, you have to beat them gently.
Yeah. I'll tell you exactly which verse. It is Quran 4.34.
Yeah. And apparently there's also this tutorial on memory. I don't know. Have you heard of Memory, the YouTube channel?
No.
Yeah. Some people say that it's funded by Israel or whatever, but it's like this outlier Islamic-ish channel, I think based in Canada or something like that, that like sometimes shows the, ridiculousness of what some of these Islamists espouse. That was literally this tutorial about this one Arab guy.
I know. You're talking about Memory TV. I was thinking the English word memory.
Yeah, no. Memory TV.
I remember watching an interview there. The dude says in a harsh situation where you don't have any food, you are allowed to eat your wife.
Oh, what the fuck? Are you serious?
You're allowed to eat her, but you're not supposed to touch the face or some shit like that. Like
What
I was
the
like,
fuck? What? Okay, anyways.
yes, Amuji.
Okay, this is even more atrocious than what I saw. Like, what I saw on a YouTube video is literally this one man, like, dressed in a dish dasher. I don't even know whether he's Arab or not at this point. Anyways. And he, like, brought up his son to, like, show a tutorial, like, simulate how to, like, gently beat your wife.
The gently is a later addition. The
Yeah.
actual verse does not use the word gently at all. The actual verse uses the word strike.
What
Strike
crap?
them.
What? I'm a bit confused. How are they later additions? I thought that, it
No, it's
was.
not later addition. Some people come and like translate it more gently. They add like softness here and there.
That
Because they
is.
still want to function as a society, right? They want to show a face to the world. So they have to, keep adding these things. But the original verse does not say anything like that. So if somebody is actually striking their women, they're basically following Islam.
Even like non-practicing Muslims, for instance, like my sister like asked a non-practicing Muslim, like, what do you think about this line in the Quran? And she said that it's likely a mistranslation, and now you're saying that the real translation is 10 times worse.
Absolutely. It's the word is adribuhunna, which literally means to strike them.
Dude,
I've studied this nonsense. 2 years I spent on this.
how did you sit through all this?
I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I had a boss who really wanted to convert me, and
Oh, really?
every day he used to
Ew.
keep hitting my head. So
Okay.
I was like, this guy generally maybe thinks good for me, so let me give it a try. And the more I read, the more horrified I got. And some people just kept telling me, what? Maybe you don't have the right translation. You need to go to the tafsir. So I read the tafsir. Then they said, no, tafsir is not enough. You need to understand Sharia. So for that, you need to read the hadith. So I read the hadith. The first main two hadiths is Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih al-Muslim. I can promise you, 99% of the Muslims you will meet, right, they have never read these books. I have. So I know Islam better than most Muslims. And let me tell you, the more I read it, the more things got horrible. It kept getting worse and worse. There was no shining light at the end of the tunnel. No silver lining.
Then no silver lining whatsoever.
No. In fact, there's a big chunk of the whole thing is sexual intercourse. It's always talking about that. Always, But then, it kept getting worse and worse. There are like mentions of, doing it with men. There are mentions of doing it with animals. I was like, what is even happening here? How is this a religion? How do people think this is holy?
Like, people say it's a religion of peace.
Yeah, it's a religion of pieces. If you question it, one piece of you is found in this corner and one piece in the other corner. Because that's what will happen.
Sorry, just 1 second. I just got my DoorDash order.
No problem.
Yeah. I'll just like leave for now because I don't want to like, even though it's a 1
Yeah,
minute
no
thing, I
problem.
don't want to like interfere with your,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
Anyways,
think
thanks
about the
for
disgusting things I told you
answering my
while
question.
eating.
What?
Don't think about the disgusting things I told you while eating, I said.
Dude, that is insane. Like, I mean, it says it's a religion of peace. Where's the peace part?
Oh, there's no peace. No.
But they sing it like there has to be something about peace in it.
No, actually, the word Islam does not mean peace. It actually means submission.
But why do they say it's like religion of peace when there's absolutely nothing about peace? At least they have to have one line or something, right? In the books or the scriptures?
No. The moment they say something that looks peaceful, they actually go and say something way worse.
The dichotomy is hilarious. Anyways. Well, thank you once again. I hope you have a good day.
Enjoy your food.
Thank you. Bye.
Namaste.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. You're saying Jai Shri Ram? Or was it you, Amuji?
No, she was just telling namaste. That's all.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I don't know how old you are, so I'll just say hi, man. What's up? But namaskaram. So I mean, I've been listening to a lot of the shit that you guys have had to go through for the past, I don't know how many people have been coming into this live. Sorry about that. But
I just wanted to talk about the one thing that you had mentioned to that girl about learning about your past lives. What ceremonies exactly are they, and how do
No,
I?
they're not ceremonies. They are actually meditations.
Okay.
Most of them are meditations. Through meditation, you can actually remember your past life.
Okay, cool. And is there a specific ashram you would recommend? I don't know. I'm just trying to discover my culture
These are
more.
no, these are the Ugra side of rituals. The Ugra side of rituals, you will not get it normally like that. A guru has to decide, okay, you know what? Maybe this guy in his journey, he requires to remember some things. So he might recommend you
Oh,
those
okay. So
practices.
only if I need to know it, then they will recommend the
Because
process
see,
too.
imagine, yeah, like for example, look at your current life, all the emotions and the heavy stuff that you're carrying around, right? I mean, can you actually sit peacefully for 2 seconds without these memories just flooding and like making a mess of everything?
Quite
No,
difficult.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine having another one more past life's worth of memory and emotions. It will be very hard to handle all of that.
Yeah,
That's
it'll be
why it's
like
not actually
information
recommended for
overload,
you
basically.
to.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why it's not recommended to do that. Unless
I
your
see.
guru says, you know what, this guy really needs it, then he will tell you exactly how to remember.
Sure, but what if your like signs say something super karmic that you need to know your past? Then would that be an example of it? Like something that can't be solved in this life, and you need to know. You need to do something in this life to make up for what happened in the past life. Like, is that something that would that be a reason to know about your past life?
See, if you just want to know from the outside, right? Instead of actually see, there are two ways to know things. One is as a memory, you remember it, so you know exactly how the thing went down
Yeah.
as a memory. And the second thing is listening to it like a story. Somebody else is telling it to you. There are two ways to do this. The second thing, if you really want, you can go to a Nadi Yogi. Just look up Nadi Yoga Shastra. There are in the Tamil Nadu state of India, you will find some really good ones.
Okay.
Ask them for a reading; they'll tell you exactly what your past life was. They
Okay,
cannot
cool.
go into extreme detail, but they'll give you the highlights.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I am Tamil myself, so sure, I'll do it. Yeah.
That's perfect, bro.
Yeah.
So because these gurus they actually do talk in Tamil, so it's good if you understand Tamil.
Oh, cool, nice. So where are you? I mean, which part of India are you from?
I am actually from Bombay.
Oh, nice. Okay, my grandmother lives in I guess Thane, so I visit quite often. So yeah.
Yeah. Thane people like to claim they're from Bombay. They're not.
Oh, okay. So I mean, okay. I won't tell my grandmother that, man. Like, I wouldn't dare I wouldn't dare do that. She's the head of the house. I won't do that.
It's just a running joke we have in Bombay.
Okay. I didn't know that, but okay. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Just I commend you for keeping it cool with all these guys. Continue to do so. So thank you. I appreciate it. So the Nadi yogis you said, right?
Nadi Yoga Shastra.
Okay. Awesome.
I'll
Cool.
give it to you.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Cool. Have a good day.
Namaste.
Okay.
There is somebody else who can recommend this now.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
I would not have believed it till I went through the whole thing.
Hello.
Aslan, what's up? What's up?
Hi, कैसे हैं आप?
I'm good, bro. Everybody will not understand Urdu/Hindi here. We have to talk in English.
Okay, but I think so that Hindi will be more perfect.
Yeah, but everybody should understand, no? It's not just you and me in this room.
Okay. Hinduism is the truth come to Hinduism.
Alhamdulillah, Krishna. Yes, Hinduism is the truth.
I'm a Muslim and I live in Leicester.
Okay.
And Leicester is called to be a mini Hindustan. So I'm so much interested in Hinduism and I really believe in it. I mean, I believe that Islam is just 400 years old and Hinduism is 5,000 years old. So there must be something reality in that religion as well. My whole
Aslan,
family
Hinduism is not 5,000 years old. Hinduism actually does not have a timeline. It's like if I ask you how old is science, can you tell me?
I really don't know.
No, you cannot because every time the human being had questions, they went around researching. And the more they researched, the more knowledge was added. This is
No,
exactly what Hinduism is.
my question and my I want to know that I want to know more about the Hinduism and if I find it fancy that I want to accept it.
There's nothing called accepting Hinduism, Arslan. Because Hinduism is not a religion.
Right. What is it then?
It's ancient sciences. Like, would you say I accepted science? No. You use science in your life to enhance your life. That's literally what Hinduism is. You use it to enhance your life. There's nothing called accepting Hinduism. This is
But
why in Leicester, like, how many Hindu friends do you have?
all of my friends are Hindus or Sikh.
Yeah, but do you see like some Hindus go to temple, some Hindus don't go to temple, some Hindus
Yeah.
eat non-veg food, some don't even touch it.
But
No,
I'm really interested in this religion. I don't know why.
it's
Maybe
not a
God
religion,
gifted or
bro.
something.
It's not a religion, brother.
It's really not a religion.
No, it's not.
Okay. This is
It's
something new
ancient
I heard
sciences that
today.
will enhance your life if you learn it and understand it and apply it in your life.
Right. Can you explain me the basic things of the Hinduism thing?
Sure. So basically, like I said, the Hindu scriptures, if you read them, they are research done by ancient scientists, and they wrote down whatever they found through the research. And using this knowledge, we can actually enhance our own life and eventually come to the ultimate conclusion of what life is. And the ultimate conclusion is that everything is consciousness, and that consciousness we call it Brahman.
Brahman.
Yes.
Okay.
Brahman is the ultimate consciousness. The very fact that you're conscious right now, like when you say I am Arslan, right?
Yeah.
You cannot say I am Arslan without first saying I. And that
Yeah.
I is consciousness. Because you're conscious, you can say those things. And that consciousness is Brahman. So people use the word Brahman as God sometimes, which is a mistranslation because Brahman actually only means consciousness. It doesn't mean God. God is a Western creation. There is no God.
There is no God.
No, there is no God.
Okay, but in Muslim we believe in there's only one God, and as I researched, they said in Hinduism they believe in one God as well called named Shiva.
No, that's not true. The one God actually, when people refer to, they're talking about Brahman. And I just told you, Brahman doesn't mean God. It means consciousness.
So what's your concept of, religion? What's your concept of religion?
All religions are fake, man-made ideologies. It was created to control people. No religion is true. And the only way to come to the truth is through scientific research. Science and research and inquiry, that is the only way to come to the truth. And that's literally what Hinduism is. Hinduism is actually not called Hinduism. Do you know this?
I really don't know about that.
Yeah, Hinduism is actually called Sanatana Dharma, which means the eternal truth. And the only way to come to any truth is through science, like I just told you. So Hinduism is just science.
But my friend didn't told me that. They says,
It's okay, bro. Like most people, most Hindus have never actually studied Hinduism. So I actually start these lives so that I can teach my fellow Hindus, not to Muslims and Christians. So, yeah.
Right. So you're not preaching, you're just dictating your own people to get to know about what religion is actually.
Yeah, to begin with, it's not even a religion. So yeah, I want Hindus to know.
Commented that Islam is true. There is evidence in the Quran. I know there is a Quran, but that's a man-made thing, so you can't debate on that one. Someone commented on that.
No, forget the comments. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, thank you so much, brother.
No problem. Thank you for coming. See, if a Muslim comes and talks normally like a human being, like this guy did, I can actually have a conversation with you. But if you want to come and troll me, bro, you don't know. I'm a way bigger troll than you.
That's a rare. It's a treasure to keep.
Exactly.
Yes.
The music is too loud, brother. You might have to mute it. Okay, just come back when you can talk.
Hello.
Okay, so what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's your concept on? I heard you speaking to the other guy, and he goes, apparently, Hinduism isn't a religion. Can you explain that?
Yeah, Hinduism is not a religion. The idea of religion was created to control people. Hinduism is the opposite. It gives you all the knowledge that you require to go out and function in the world, and It leaves you free. There's no control.
But then you can just, if you're saying that there's no sort of control or there's no sort of law or anything like that, you might as well be an atheist.
Sure, atheism is absolutely valid in Hinduism. You can be an atheist and a Hindu.
So what you're saying is Hinduism is not really a belief, is it? It's just atheism with a pretty name.
It's not just atheism. Atheism is a position. You have rejected everything that you know is fiction. That's it. That position is atheism. And now you have to go and further research. And when you further research from the point of atheism, you will come to all the Hindu understandings.
So with Hinduism and stuff, I mean, you must have some sort of goal at the end of life. What's that like? Muslims
The
have
goal of
heaven
life
and
is to live the best life you can. That is the goal of life.
is to live life again.
Get nothing. Just live life. Life itself is the destination, brother. There's
Why would
nothing
you
to
want-
get at the end.
But then what's the point of living if you're just going to restart it again? No one has a maths test or an English test or any sort of test in life to go and revisit it again, do they?
See, when you do a test, right? Like, for example, say your teacher takes a test, right? He's trying to evaluate you, right?
Okay.
He has a purpose behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, but life itself does not have any purpose. Once you go out and live life, you can do whatever you want. The test is created because there are teachers who want to evaluate you, or who want to give you a certificate. But life doesn't want to give you a certificate. Life wants you to experience life.
But if you're experiencing life and then living life again, and there's no sort of end goal, what's the whole point in it? What's the point of being a good person or a bad person? What's the point of being honest and truthful and so and so?
See, through science, through scientific methods, Hinduism can prove to you that there is only one consciousness, and that one consciousness is having all these experiences, which basically means that you and me are not two different beings. We are having the experience of two different beings. And through this knowledge, we have this verse in Hinduism, it's called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means that all of reality is one big family. So once you understand that everybody is basically your family, why would you be bad to somebody? Why would you lie, cheat, or do something that is horrific?
But you'd lie and cheat and do something horrific so that you can have the fruits of this world. You can experience maybe a better life. You can go steal something.
But I just told you.
Or
I just
live
told you. Listen to me.
in a better sort of house.
Listen.
All of
So
that
Zen,
sort.
did you hear what I just told you? Hinduism actually proves to you that we are all one unit. Once it's proven to you that we are all one unit, you would never want to hurt yourself, right?
Yeah, but then if you're one unit, why is there so much poverty in a place such as India? If they consider everyone to be their family, why don't they take care of one another? It doesn't make sense to me as...
India is not a Hindu country, bro. So India is not a good example for Hinduism.
India itself is a Hindu country. I mean, Hinduism...
I wish तेरे मुंह में घी चक्कर भाई.
Hinduism, the name Hinduism came from Hindustan, which is the country
of
India.
This, I know. But like I just told the other guy, most Hindus
India is not the best example. I mean,
it's not.
Literally,
I wish it was. It's not. 99% of the Hindus have no clue what Hinduism is. I just told the other guy, right? I'm trying to teach Indians Hinduism right now. Yeah, I'm trying to teach my fellow Hindus what Hinduism is.
But one thing, if there's one thing I can't understand about Hinduism in itself, with all due respect, I don't understand the cycle of rebirth. Because why would you want to live the same life again? Why you'd want to have some sort of benefit from being.
There are plenty of Hindus, Zen, who do not care about rebirth, who do not care about reincarnation. The Hindu scriptures tell you to focus on this life. Like, for example, the reason why Muslims and Christians, when they come to us, they're like, oh, let's destroy reincarnation. It's because they have been always told that life is a test, and you have to look forward to what is coming, or you'll burn forever and all that nonsense. Brother, the only control you have is this life. Forget past life, forget future lives. Focus on this one. That is what Hinduism teaches you. It does not tell you to look forward to your next life.
No, but obviously you've got to somewhat look forward to your next life, because if you believe, for instance, that you act out of character or you do bad things in this life, you might turn into a rat or maybe, I don't know, an animal of some sort. Or
this is Islamic Hinduism. Only Muslims talk like this.
how's it Islamic Hinduism? We're not, you know,
I've only heard
me
Muslims
myself,
talk like this.
I'm a Muslim.
Yeah,
Now,
only
which is
Muslims
why
talk
I'm trying
about
to,
only
which is why
Muslims
I'm
talk
trying to
about
understand,
reincarnation like this.
which is why I'm trying to understand reincarnation. Because if, for instance, you're gonna relive a life, you've just said, focus solely on this life, not on the life after. Now, if I
Yes.
behave in a manner which is, you know, which is good to everyone else, I'm gonna hope for being reincarnated into something a lot better than what I already am. But if that's not the case, why would I behave any better, or why would I behave worse? It doesn't make sense to me.
What do you mean? Have you actually behaved better? Like, did you help a friend ever?
Did I ever help a friend? Of course, I've helped friends.
How did it feel when you helped them?
I felt good about myself.
That's it. The reward is right there. You know, why are you waiting for the afterlife for that?
But there's so many people
Have you
who
ever
have
stolen
helped
something?
others and who have, you know, they've been kind of
Zain,
shafted
have you
in the
ever stolen
process.
something?
Has what? Sorry,
Have you ever stolen something from somebody or hurt somebody in some way?
I haven't stolen anything. I've hurt someone, but I haven't stolen anything.
Okay, when you hurt somebody, like, did it feel good or did it feel like, you know, that
It
there was a
depends
slight
on
guilt somewhere?
who I hurt, because sometimes I might feel that that person deserves being hurt.
Sure. Okay. Even in that scenario, you acted exactly how you're supposed to act, and you got the result right there. Why are you looking forward to a next life for these things? And if you do
Because
something extremely bad, there is loss to take care of it.
I know, but see, it still doesn't make sense to me. Because if I was to behave good, or if I were to behave bad, say for instance, I've lived a life where, you know, all my life I've been, what do you call it? All my life I've been kind of taken the mick out of, and people have treated me wrongly and unjustly, and I've obviously not got any sort of benefit from it. Why I would want to look for something in my next life where maybe I
So you
get the
just want a
benefit
fancy
from it.
story. So I'll make up some nonsense about, okay, you'll go to heaven or hell, and you'll just buy it.
No, but heaven and hell make sense because you're rewarded for being either a good person or a bad person.
It does not make sense, bro. It only makes sense
But
because that's what you're looking.
how do you yourself, how do you know that you've been reincarnated?
I know because I know my past life.
How do you know your past life?
Through meditation, you can remember it.
But that doesn't make sense to me. Meditation, you can remember it. I can go to sleep. I've lived about 1,000 lives every time I go to sleep. What if I get confused and I think one of them dreams are my past life?
You can get confused, but that's where meditation comes in. When you meditate, you clear your mind and you learn how to focus. So your mind does not take you on a ride. So
No,
when through
but what
meditation, when you get knowledge, right?
when you
Through meditation,
meditate, if I, for
Zain,
instance,
let me finish. Let me
if
finish.
I close my eyes right now, the desires which I feel in this current moment are gonna come to my mind, and that is what I'm gonna think about.
Yeah,
Now, how
because you're
can
not
I
in control of your
justify?
mind, Zain.
How
That
can I
happens because
justify? How can I justify that that isn't
Zain,
a
let me
dream
finish,
which
bro.
I've
You
had,
never let me
which is
finish
about my
anything.
previous life?
Listen to me. The whole point of meditation is that you take charge of your mind and you tell the mind what to show you. Like
There
right
you
now,
go.
when you
So
close your mind,
if I
Zain, let
close
me
my
finish,
eyes
dude.
right
Shut
now,
up. Let me finish.
if I close my eyes right now and
Dude
I
does not
think
want
about the
to.
best cheeseburger in the world, and I
No, fuck
eat,
off. He's not letting me finish. Just keeps talking on and on and on.
Exactly.
Go watch the YouTube channel. You see how irritating you sound. I'm here. I'm actually. I want to teach him, but he's not here to listen. It's so irritating.
No, of course, typical Muslim behavior. They
Yeah.
don't want to listen. Yeah. Namaste, Prem
Yes.
Sarita.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Prem Sarita.
There's an
Hi,
echo.
hi Amuji. Hi Dharmaji.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But there's an echo from your side.
Okay. I see. Let me mute.
No, I think it's better now. Did it
Better
go
now?
away? Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay, Dharmaji, because since you have read the Quran so verse by verse and you know everything, I did watch a program where these ladies, a group of Muslim ladies, were conducting a religious program on TV. They talked about how the Prophet would bathe and shower with his wives. Is that true?
No, not with his voice. Aisha was demonstrating how to shower to the people. So, which is very crazy. Like,
And then.
okay, but the justification is that she was trying to teach the Muslims how to be hygienic. But like, can you not just demonstrate it or say it with words? Do you have to show it? Like, actually do it and show it. That is so crazy.
And my question to just now, that guy who was there previously, he was asking me, how do you know that there's a rebirth? Now, my question to him is, how do you know that there's a heaven and hell? Have you been and back? Did you go to heaven and hell and come back?
No, his whole concept was it just makes sense. Yeah, sure. Because you're crazy, that's why
Okay.
it makes sense.
And another question of mine was, I think I discussed about it to you earlier, but this is not the right time to discuss that particular topic. And one more thing is that there is another program that goes exactly like yours, but it says Islam is the truth. Come to Islam, there's a big piece of bacon that runs the show.
Big piece of bacon.
Yes.
I'm rich.
Oh, he would look very nice on a Christmas plate. So
God.
so this is what whenever, like, they say, oh, why are we talking about them so bad, and when they do that, but the problem is, when I see that bacon show is on live, I just scroll past. I have no interest, I have no tolerance to stop for a second and watch what he has to say. But the moment, Dharmaji, you start your life, and then it's like they are waiting, when are you gonna come on live?
Yeah. But see, most of them, they don't actually have a question. They're waiting to like have that gotcha moment. Like even the nice ones, when they come and ask questions, they're waiting to like, show me how Hinduism is wrong. They're not actually here to learn. Like the other guy.
No.
He's not actually here to learn. He's like, oh, hell and heaven makes sense. But how does it make sense? Okay, for me it makes sense that I'll go to a place where everything is candy. Just because it makes sense to me doesn't make it true, right?
Okay, and my one more question to them. Okay, your prophet claimed the world is flat. Okay, when you learn geography or you learn science, it says the world is round, correct? So when you are sitting for an exam, if you think what your prophet said is right, isn't that what you should write in your exam? And what happens if you write in your exam? Even if you have a Muslim teacher, he's going to give you a 0 for that point.
They will skip that question.
Yeah. So probably they wouldn't even be answering. I asked a few of my friends, your prophet claims it's flat. Geography and science claims it's round. Okay, the earth is round. So which one would you write for your exam? If your Quran is so full of truth, then you should write, yes, the world is square. All odds. But what's going to happen? You're going to get a 0 there. So you have to learn that the point, whatever that was written there, was an absolute lie, because you yourselves cannot accept the fact. So that's my argument. So we have always, everywhere, every part of the world, we have always seen the planets and everything as round. Even today, NASA says the world is round, but I don't know how the world was flat. Or did someone blow it up like a balloon?
It's all debunked. Like when they come and say, right, there's science in the Quran, it's all debunked. Everything is debunked.
So I don't see there's no truth in it.
Absolutely.
That was one of the reasons when I had two choices to do the history of Islam. I didn't choose to do it, because when we study in Malaysia, we have two history papers to choose: history of Islam or history of Asia. So I did history of Southeast Asia. I didn't take Islam because I was least interested, because there's nothing going to be truth that I'm going to write there and I can argue over it. And believe me, now Malaysia, we have a crazy professor who is saying the Malays are from the Himalayas. That's why they're known as the Malays. I don't know where to go and laugh about this, Dharmaji. So this is, our history, our tradition. We have those big grinding stones in Kedah. I believe those grinding stones were used to grind rocks or stones to make all those stupas and everything. But a guy is going there and telling those were invented by the Malays, were used to make sugarcane juice, to make sugar.
Oh.
I don't know what to say. These people are these people are screwing up history. These people are screwing up geography. These people are screwing up the whole world with all their nonsense and their blasphemy, and there's no truth in it, I see.
Yeah, I know.
So
Anyways, let me move on to
thanks
the
a lot,
next question.
Dharmaji. Yeah,
All
I
right,
want to see more people question. Bye, Dharmaji.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Let's see. There might
Okay.
be some sane person down there. Who knows?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very
Ram Ram.
much.
Namaste.
Ram Ram.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I was noticing that you're saying that Hinduism is truth come to Hinduism. Have you ever discussed with actual Hindus?
What do you
Because
mean?
the reason I say that is because from what I'm hearing from you, there's a lot of differences from what we actually see, right? I mean, there's Christians out there
Wait,
too.
one second. Which Hindu scripture have you read?
I haven't read any of the scripture, but I'm saying there's a lot of Hindus that became
Wait.
Christians.
One second. If a bunch of Christians behave exactly opposite the Bible, would you still consider them Christian?
तेरे गाड़ में डंडा स्वामी गाड़ में लोड़ा तीन डाले
ये तो
अमू तेरी
Muslim
गाड़
निकला
में
यार.
लोड़ा
This is a
कुत्ती
Muslim, by the way. This turned out to be Muslim.
Why are they so ashamed? Jesus is king. They don't want to say that they are Muslim. Why?
Yeah. This turned out to be Muslim. अरे बाप रे.
Yes.
Story में twist. तो कटवा निकला.
Oh God.
Musalman. 0 followers following 1. Okay, I think I should pay attention to that,
man,
Kendra.
you guys are awesome. Very smart. Hey, is this a joke or is this serious?
Your prophet was a joke, bro.
You guys worship a cow, dog. You drink their pee. That's crazy. You guys
No,
cannot talk.
Rick,
Why
why
do
do
you
you think
drink
you know
cow
your mom,
pee?
bro?
Why? Can you give me a serious explanation?
No, why do you want, is your mom running some kind of an OnlyFans?
Is your mom running? Go to. Instead of trying to roast people, dude, explain that your whole not to
No,
not to be
wait,
disrespectful,
one second,
but
brother,
this
one
is
second,
like
one
a
second.
joke, dude.
What?
Huh?
Your mom is going around giving people
Your
golden
mom is
showers
going
or
around,
something?
Shut up.
This is what, this is why children are going to be Hindu. This is what a Muslim behaves like. See, I'm not joking, when Muslims actually get their free reign, right, to actually behave the way they want, because in real life they'll try to be nice. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, see, Islam is so beautiful, I'm so helping and stuff like that. This is how they'll behave in real life. But deep down, this is what they hold. The hatred.
Which kid wants to live with a father like that?
Exactly. Which kid wants a father like that? Exactly, Amuji, exactly. Which kid wants a psycho father like that? Nobody. If that was my, oh, thank God, that is not my father.
No, yeah, exactly.
Katuvel ho gaya, seriously. See, and they're very angry because as children, their things were cut off without permission. So what are you supposed to do? So the anger is there, all the time. It's always angry. They cut off my PP without my permission. Anger.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. The reason I'm here is I want to know the meaning of the Panch Tattva mantra that is written in the God Sanhita, the ISKCON, that they told like Sri Advait, Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gaur, Bhakta Vrinda. So,
I have no idea, brother.
okay, because
You might want to talk to somebody from ISKCON for this.
okay, because I just want to know that whether ISKCON is Hinduism or it is different, like different religion.
It's not a different religion. It's a panth. It's a dharmic panth.
So,
Ideally, they are supposed to be Vaishnavites, Gaudiya Vaishnavites.
yeah,
So it's a panth of Hinduism, absolutely. But Hinduism, see, Hinduism itself is not a religion. It's like, science has a different way of doing science, right? One would be a microbiologist, another would be a rocket scientist, and another would be a physical theorist, theoretical physics. What am I saying? You understand, right? There are different streams of science.
yeah,
Everybody is
yeah,
a
yeah,
scientist. Everybody
yeah,
has
yeah.
different ways of explaining the world around them. Same way, Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma has different panths, and Gaudiya Vaishnavism is one of the panths, and this is an iteration of Gaudiya Vaishnavism.
But they ideologically they represent Hinduism or they are different like religion because
No, bro. They're
yeah,
talking about karma. They're talking about artha. They're talking about Brahman. Like Krishna himself says he's Brahman, right? He refers to himself as Brahman. So when you say that, it's absolutely dharmic, dharma.
like which dharma, like Hindu dharma or some other
Brother, there is only dharma. There's nothing called Hindu dharma. When you say Hindu dharma, you are trying to copy. Like, see, when the West they came and translated our scriptures, right? They use the
yes.
word dharma, and in English they translate it as religion. Dharma has nothing to do with religion. Dharma is your understanding of the world and acting the best you can from your understanding. That is dharma.
Okay.
So there is nothing called Hindu dharma. There is only dharma, and Sanatana dharma is what we call Hinduism. Ultimate dharma, the absolute dharma.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thanks, man.
No problem. Yeah. And the problem here is like the ISKCON people, they try to like sometimes put distance between themselves and the rest of the Hindus, which is kind of crazy. Stop doing that. Yeah, Yush.
Hey,
What's
what's
up?
up, man? Actually, quick question. So, a lot of the people that are, this has nothing to do with Hinduism, but a lot of the people that are coming into the live and are asking, like, what is Hinduism? Is it a religion? And you've said it's not a religion. You understand that. I understand that. But I guess this is just a question to you. Then why do you say just Hinduism is the truth? Come to Hinduism. Shouldn't we just say, this is not an attack, by the way. I just want to make that very, very clear. I just actually just curious is how, like, why do you say come to Hinduism instead of like just say like Sanatana Dharma or something like that? Just out of curiosity. Like, I guess because I think what's happening is they're trying to see it from their perspective. So they're getting confused and then they say, oh, it's a religion. And then you know, like you're having to like explain to them that it's not a religion, it's the truth and all that. So I don't know if what I'm asking is making sense. This is just curious.
It is making sense. It is making sense. See,
Yeah.
if you have noticed, every chance I can tell people that Hinduism is called Sanatana Dharma, I take that chance. Every chance.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I can inform people that Sanatana Dharma is Hinduism, I make that point. But the reason why I say Hinduism is because I want to decolonize. The whole idea of Hinduism that the West knows and most Hindus themselves know, it's a Western version of Hinduism. This is what the Western people, when they came to India, they saw our practices and they called it worship. They saw all our murtis and they called it God. And they gave this whole definition of like dharma being another religion.
Yep.
So I am actually reclaiming the word Hinduism, and like I said, every chance I can teach people that Hinduism is actually Sanatana Dharma, I may take the chance and I teach it.
Sure.
So coming to Hinduism is like it's a barrier to entry. It's cleared because people have heard the word Hinduism. Nobody has heard the word Sanatana Dharma.
Okay, so you're saying like the second they come here, you're like, actually, no, it's not a religion. So like you're like the second they come, you're like trying to undo that learned behavior or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I see what I
And
see
that is
what
the
you're
only
saying.
way you can do it. If you come and say, come to Sanatana Dharma, first of all, nobody will even understand what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Very rarely, some curious person will come and ask you these things. But when I say Hinduism, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense. Okay.
what they know is absolutely misconception, and I'm here to clear those.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, just wanted to know that's all. I'm just here on the live, just listening to you. But yeah, I just wanted to know that because it seems like you're having to answer the same question over and over and over again. So that was just this thing, but I see where you're coming from now. Anyways.
This is absolutely correct, right? One of these days, I'm going to record everything and just click buttons. Okay, this question, this answer.
Yeah, just do like an FAQ or something like that. Be like, oh, before you join the live, just like please read the FAQ or something like that, and then and then have a question that says like, have you read the FAQ? And then I'm sure TikTok has some
You know,
feature.
it's funny, Ayush. A lot of people told me to write a book and like just publish it.
Yeah.
But when I sat down to write a book, something else came to my brain completely. And I actually wrote that book. It's in my bio. If you want to check it out, please do.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you seem to be doing good work. But anyways, yeah, just a suggestion for you and whatever, like, take it if you want, don't take it if you don't want. It's entirely your choice. So yeah, anyways, cool, man. Have a good
No
day.
problem.
Appreciate it.
It was a good question, so thank you for that.
Yeah, man. All right, Jai Shri Ram. Bye.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, people who are watching, I actually did write a book. You can go to my bio and find a link. It's only available on Kindle right now. I don't have a paperback yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm sure that book is very good.
Yeah, of course, yeah, sure.
And
Kindle. I did not say Tinder. I said Kindle. Kindle.
that would be Muslims who will be asking Tinder. No, Ayush told that to put an FAQ, right? But most of the people who come here and ask you these questions, do they know to read the FAQ? Do they know what is FAQ?
No, even if they know how to read, they don't have the patience to
Hello?
actually sit and like imbibe information.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I just want to say, can you teach me on Hinduism? Because
Fuck off. Is that eating guy?
How many accounts he has? Or it's
Yeah,
a
he has
multi-
like 100 accounts.
So disrespectful.
Hey guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Namaste.
So what do Hindus actually believe?
Nothing. Hinduism is not a belief system; it's a knowledge system.
Oh, so like, what do you guys believe? So let's keep it simple, right? What do you guys believe happens after you pass away?
Happens what?
When you pass away.
Hinduism does not care about what happens after you passed away.
Oh,
It's an Islamic or a Christian thing. Oh, life is a test. You should look forward to your future life and all that. Hinduism tells you to live this life that is given to you.
Oh, okay. So like, what are your beliefs?
I just told you, Hinduism is not a belief system. We don't believe in anything. We like knowing things.
So how many gods do you guys have? Because there's this stereotype that you guys have a lot of gods.
Sure, there's no God.
There's no gods. So what are all these like idols?
The concept of idol does not exist in Hinduism.
Oh, I'm very confused. I don't know if you're being funny or you're not answering my questions.
No, see, the problem is you are absolutely coming from a misinformed place of, the Christian and the Islamic understanding of Hinduism.
Yeah.
What you refer to as idols, they are murtis.
Yeah.
And murtis have a very specific purpose. It's like going to a rocket laboratory and calling rockets idols.
Yeah.
For somebody who doesn't know what a rocket is, he'll say, okay, this looks like an idol of a dick.
Yeah.
But then a person who actually knows what a rocket is, he'll be like, bro, why are you calling it an idol? You don't know what it is.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Could you tell me more about just Hinduism in general?
Sure. So if you read the Hindu scripture, right, none of them claim stuff like, okay, an angel came to me and gave me knowledge, or I saw God in a dream and he gave me knowledge. It's not like that. It's not a religion at all. There's no belief. There's no dogma. The Hindu scriptures are basically research done by ancient scientists.
Yeah.
And these people wrote down their findings after research.
Yeah.
And they did not just write down their findings. They also wrote down the exact steps that they themselves took to kind of arrive at those conclusions.
Yeah.
And these steps are here for you to basically repeat and come to the same conclusions. You don't have to blindly believe anything.
Oh, okay. So what's the grand conclusion that you guys want to reach then?
Grand conclusion?
Yeah. As in, like, after following all those instructions that have been researched by scientists, what do you gain to achieve?
So what is modern science trying to achieve? Same thing.
Like, what do you wish to achieve by following Hinduism then?
It enhances your life. You get a lot of you get access to a lot of knowledge and technology, which pretty much helps you live a better life.
Could you give me an example?
Yeah, yoga pretty much unlocks everything that you can unlock from the human system.
Could you give me an example?
Yeah, you can have extremely sharp memory, for example, through yoga.
Yeah.
Would that be helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah, you will have absolute focus with yoga. Would
Yeah.
that be
Well,
helpful?
you can do that with daily living, right? So if I go for a walk in the morning, do a bit of exercise, eat healthy, make sure I'm getting all my vitamins, spending time with friends, family, socializing, just doing the basic stuff right.
Okay, you know what, Mo Adam, I will actually give you a recommendation, okay?
Yeah.
Come back and talk to me when you care. If I tell you not to think of a pink elephant, you don't actually think of a pink elephant. See if you can actually do that through just, walking around and eating healthy. He's paused. Bro, don't come up here if you're busy. Waste of time. Hey, what's up?
Namaskar, sir. I've
Namaskar,
always been
namaskar.
your fan.
Okay.
Because I would want to say is because there is a concept in the Islamic and the Christianity that they believe everything is in the book, but what we think is eternal. Whatever you said is absolutely correct, but these people they always question you for stupid things.
Okay, Sagar, forget all that. Do you have any questions for me?
No. I am a big fan of you.
Sure, bro.
So
Then I think, just listen from outside, yeah? Thank you for
okay.
coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I came by as rude because, it just kills the flow of the life. Mofoso, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, man. I just was, like listening in, and I heard a few comments here and there. But I mean, I noticed that, every time the religion comes up or anything, they point a finger out, and everybody says, "Oh, it's a Muslim thing, or it's a Christian thing, or it's a Hindu thing." Where is the solidarity? Where is the unity? Where is everybody's head at in thinking the same thing?
That's only found in Hinduism.
Okay, can you explain that to me?
Yes, the ultimate conclusion of the Hindu sciences, it takes you to the living reality that we are all just one consciousness. And once you understand that we are all just one consciousness having different experiences, then you really have no reason to discriminate against anybody. You will try your best to bring value to fellow human beings. So only
Okay,
Hinduism can actually achieve the solidarity that you're talking about.
okay. So I mean, keeping religion apart, you said, of course, I did hear you say that Hinduism is not a religion, right? So doing this, so what is it? Is Hinduism a way of life? Is that what it is?
No, it's just ancient sciences.
So you're telling me science teaches you the normal way to react and what to do, how to do it, and so on.
No, it does not. It tells you exactly how everything functions, and then you decide how you want to use that knowledge.
Okay, so you have the decision of free will.
Sure, that's what you want to call it.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
No problem. Hinduism is an empowering thing. For example, using this phone, I'm talking to like 135 people right now, right? This happens because through technology, whatever I already have is enhanced. That's literally what Hinduism tells you. It gives you a lot of technologies to enhance what you're already doing. It empowers you. It does not tell you, okay, live like this, eat that, behave like this. That's how you control people. It has nothing to do with the truth. This is why religion is on its way out. The next 30 odd years, mark this as my prophecy. Religion will look like a joke, and everybody will become Hindu. Ravin, what's up?
Hey, not much, man. Listening to you is fun. Yeah, I'm
Well, I don't know if I'm Hindu or not, but my parents are, and do like what Hinduism teaches, like Gita and all that stuff.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm even requested, but thank you for being up. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm learning like how to use TikTok. I'm more
No problem, no
active
problem.
on Twitter, so yeah.
So now you know how to request. If you have any questions, feel free to come back. Yeah.
All right, take it easy, man. Thanks.
All right. Sure. Thank you for coming.
Assalamu alaikum.
Jai Shri Ram.
Yes, my family. How are you?
I'm good.
Why do you believe Hinduism is the truth, brother?
I don't believe Hinduism is the truth. I know it's true.
Why?
Because it's just science. There's no blind faith.
So you're saying everything in Hinduism has been proven in real life and everything is true?
Did I use those words? That is your words.
No, but you're saying Hinduism is true, right?
Absolutely. Alhamdulillah, Krishna. Hinduism is the only truth.
Hinduism is the only truth, but why, brother?
Absolutely. Because it's science.
Because science?
Yes.
Okay, explain to me then. How was this world created, my brother?
So nobody created the world. Why do you think the world is created?
Why do you think nobody has created the world? Look how unique the world is. Look how unique you are. Look how unique I am.
One second. You are saying the world is unique?
Yes.
Which other world are you comparing it to?
I'm talking about the unique creation of the world, brother.
Do you know what the word unique means?
Yes, unique, out of the ordinary, brother.
Like if I see 10 people and I say one person is unique, it means I'm comparing him to other people. So when you say the world is unique, which other world has you compared to?
Brother, you're taking it from the wrong perspective, my brother. I am talking about how amazing the creation is.
This guy is not very smart. I cannot talk to him. Sorry.
Ringa, 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 ring, ring.
Mullah, Muslim, I am Muslim. Muslim is here. Hey, Muslim,
English.
what's up? What's up, Muslim? Speak.
Hinduism is not the truth.
Speak, Muslim. Speak.
Wait, let me leave.
Show us Islam. Okay, idiot. And see, these are young dudes. The amount of hatred that was filled in their brains, it happened long ago. Their parents are putting these things in their brains. The parents, the Maulanas, the madrasa they go to, that's where they get this from. The kind of friend circle they have.
Hello again.
What's up?
Thanks for having me again. Really appreciate it. So I was eating, so I kind of missed, a chunk of the live. I apologize in advance.
No, you didn't miss much. It's okay.
Okay, I was just wondering. I did hear about what exactly is happening in Bangladesh, but I just hear it in your words so that I could get a maybe more detailed account from your perspective about what exactly is happening.
Sure. So, Bangladesh was trying to the global powers decided to destabilize Bangladesh because they want to take control. So the new puppet president, who is actually eventually going to take power, he's a puppet, like I said.
Okay.
So during destabilization, they use the student protest and everything to kind of destabilize the whole thing, so that the law takes a back seat for a second, right? And whenever there are Muslims and there are Hindus, the cube worshippers are always eyeing the Hindu properties, the women, and everything. Okay, they have already taken like a note of in this family so much property, so many women, and everything, right? So the moment there is lawlessness, they just jump on this thing. They jump on it. They start the attack and they do the whole thing. This is exactly what happened in Bangladesh. The actual purpose is not to just attack the Bangladeshi Hindus, but because there was lawlessness, the cube worshippers, they basically use this chance to pretty much the amount of on record we know that more than 1068 houses were affected on paper, but unofficially we don't even know. So many women got dragged onto the street and raped and violated in front of their parents, to send a sign that we are in charge and all that. It kept happening. Even now, right now, as we speak, I'm sure somewhere it's happening. Eventually, I'll find the news online. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is what happens, when there is this instability and there is some lawlessness, these people jump on it. And this is straight from the books. The books tell them to do these things.
But that's insane. I'm sure they're also like civilized. I mean, individuals. Is the education system that bad that they do not know better? I don't know where this comes from, because if the Gulf can go through a reform, why is it that? Is it because of the socioeconomic status? Like,
No,
It's a bit of that. It's also a bit of see in these kind of the third world countries, right?
yeah.
And especially the poor class, they ensure that children goes to the madrasa even if they cannot get a proper education.
Okay.
Madrasa is the priority all the time.
Is
And
it
this is
because
what
of?
they learn in the madrasa.
But is it because they do not have the income to send their kids to a good school?
No, not because of that. It's because Islamic education takes priority.
Like, I don't get it. Like, how is the Gulf going through a reform and not? Anyways, it's a bit complicated, but
See, the
yeah.
Gulf, not all the countries are going through a reform, but the countries that are going through a reform, right? It's
Yeah.
happening because, for a long time, because they had all the access to money and resources.
Yeah.
The Gulf countries had a policy where the child could actually choose whichever country and whichever part of the world they can go and get an education.
Yeah.
So they had this policy. So all the new generation that is actually trying to reform, these are all Western educated. They actually lived outside of the Gulf region. They mostly went to UK, US, and some even came to India, by the way,
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
get an
know.
education.
I think like Sheikh Mohammed came to India for his education,
Yeah.
and he was kind of bullied. I don't know how true that account is, but yeah.
So when they see a proper secular democracy, they want to come back and apply that in their lives. So that's why they are going through a reform. But
Yeah.
the problem is the people who are living in India, for example,
Yeah.
they are growing up idolizing the prophet from 6th century. Yeah, for them that is the ideal, that is the life to live.
Yeah. You're saying like the individuals also living in India, like
Definitely.
Islamists in India. But that's crazy because like some like as I told you, Sheikh Mohammed from Dubai, ruler of Dubai, he did go to India for his education. I'm sure that wasn't the only place he went for his education, but if based on your account he was able to reform, why is it the case that you know these people are stuck, are so radicalized? And I'm not just saying like the ones with low income, I'm also saying the really educated ones. Like, on my own personal account, I've seen like former childhood friends of mine who have doctors, like medical doctors as their parents, be very radicalized and stuff like that, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, this is why, like, when I meet very liberal one of these people,
Yeah.
I I cannot be completely comfortable because one day in their own words, unka iman jaag jayega one fine day, and suddenly they'll decide to be radical. You know, the Kashmiri Pandit situation. You know this, right? What happened there?
Yeah, the Exodus slash yeah.
Till the Exodus, right? These people were basically neighbors, living well, exchanging things, and their children were friends and everybody. But the
Yeah.
moment that thing happened, when the mosque started blaring out that leave your women behind and run,
Yeah.
neighbors turned against neighbors. The Muslim neighbors went around pointing, okay, these are the men. Go unalive them. You will find them here. One fine day, complete switch.
Well, yeah, but I would also like to think that they were, under that kind of law, and those Muslims that did help the Kashmiri Hindu Pandits, they were also like punished brutally, right?
Sure, yeah. The authorities will ensure that, even if you have a bit of humanity in you, it will be taken away. So, brute
Yeah.
force.
Yeah. That's horrible. What are the students like? I don't know, the students who were protesting in Bangladesh. I thought the newer generation, at least those who go to college, they likely didn't just go to madrasa, right? To get
They
into
don't
a
even
college.
know. See, the thing is, like, 90% of these people, like, the same shit we happen in India too, right? The farmers' protest and the other protests.
Yeah.
If you actually went and asked the farmers, what are you protesting about? 90% of them did not even know what they were protesting. They never read the manuscript,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
manifesto. They never read this. So
Mhm.
that's exactly what happened. Most of the students did not even know what they were protesting. They thought, oh, Sheikh Hasina is a dictator and this and that. Like, bro, what did she even do? Nothing. I'm not a huge fan of her. She was absolutely even during her reign, a lot of bad things
Yeah.
were happening in this.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like the protest was just a farce. The whole thing was funded by a group called Jamaat-e Islami,
Okay.
which is an absolute radical group. There's nothing civil about them.
Yeah. That is that is crazy, but like I get how, students can get like they want to be part of something. When the protests were happening in my area for, the Israel Palestine thing, a lot of them didn't even know what they were protesting for, like besides the ones like I get it. The atrocities are atrocities, but frankly, even though I, protested for Palestine, I don't exactly know the nuanced history between both countries because everybody has their own account, so it's hard to like ascertain reality.
Even there, a lot of Qatar money is involved. They actually spent money on the professors across the world to
Yeah.
go out and like spread this. So it's Qatar. They want to be the new caliphate.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's also like social media. So the idea of the way they've been handling their account, the way they've been like handling themselves, like some of them just laughing into the camera while they're decimating Palestinian properties and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, man. It's
This is why everybody should be Hindu. If Israel and Palestine were Hindu right now, they wouldn't be fighting to begin with.
yeah, fair enough. But you also like believe that Hindus should, start standing up and start fighting because I feel like, I mean, not get radicalized, of course, but I feel like a lot of this colonization bullshit, first from the Islamic rulers and then from the British, happened because we didn't really have the resources or weren't even focused on developing resources to defend ourselves.
When I say fighting, I'm actually talking about, like, for example, the Bangladeshi Hindus, right? They were
Yeah.
living very peacefully. Even, in their next town, the Hindus were getting massacred, and these people were so misinformed, they did not even know that this could happen to us anytime, right? Like how most Indian Hindus are not ready right now. So when I say fight, I want them to be aware of the situation. They need to be aware of who they are dealing with, and they need to be like, you know what, tomorrow if shit goes down, I know how to take care of myself. 99% of the time, the Hindu is taken unaware. He has no clue what is coming to him. It's a
Yeah.
complete shock. The dude I ate food with in the morning, I was like being friends and like roaming around with him. In the evening, he's coming here for my daughter.
Okay.
That's the scenario.
Okay. All right. I'm just thinking, like, for the Muslims in India, do they generally? I think they genuinely believe that they are being oppressed. And do you think there's like some truth to this?
Read the Quran says that having non-Muslims around you is oppression.
Okay.
How dare non-Muslims exist? That is oppression according to them.
I understand, but then like for some of the people like I see on social media and like the news media, like for instance NDTV, what they espouse, if you like watched and unfortunately stumbled across it as many times as I have, they say that this person is being lynched for eating beef. You can't even mention beef, or your whole family will be killed, or some nonsense like
See,
that.
those things I'm not saying it does not happen,
Yeah.
but it happens like maybe 10 cases in a year or something.
Mm-hmm.
For 1.5 billion people population, 10 cases in a year is nothing.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time, when this happens, there are two cases. One, they actually stole somebody's cow.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a remote village, where there is no law. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
steal somebody's cow, the dude is going to come for you.
Yeah.
And second, sometimes these people actually do it purposely to kind of piss somebody off.
Okay.
Like all these idiots, look at the comment section. I ate beef. I ate beef. So if they do it in real life to me, I'd give him a nice smack. Bro, I don't even care what you eat, but the
Yeah.
irritation that you're trying to pour upon me, like, but see, but have you ever seen a Hindu go to a Muslim and say, oh, see, I'm eating bacon? No, we don't behave like that.
Yeah, because they think like pork is haram, while we cannot like hold cows to high
No, no, it's
esteems.
not pork is haram. There is a verse which says the Lord, your Lord is swine. So their God is actually a pig. I'm not even joking. There's an actual verse that says your Lord is swine.
This is
So,
lies.
so they don't
No,
eat their,
okay.
they don't eat.
Listen, look, I'm having that hard to digest. Come on, this is nonsense.
I can give you the exact verse. Like, give me a second. Let me look it up.
Oh shit.
Well, laptop is slow. 1 second. Uh, yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Don't worry.
I think
Because your Lord is sitting on the throne and he's a swine or some shit like that. So, of course, we cannot eat their God, right?
So you believe they revere pigs as well? Like
What?
they revere pigs?
I don't think most people know this. Like Muslims themselves have barely studied their scripture, right? But people who
Yeah.
do read it, okay, yeah, it is Al Kubra, Volume 3, Hadith number 472. Please read this. I saw my Lord in the form of swine sitting upon his throne.
I know you don't intend to be funny, but I'm a bit shocked. I mean, no, I shouldn't laugh. All animals are equal.
Wait, let me open my camera and show it for a second. Everybody take a screenshot, yeah? Everybody take a screenshot. See, it's Sunnah Al Kubra, Volume 3, Hadith 472. Everybody take a screenshot, okay? This is why they don't eat bacon.
What kind of formatting is this?
Okay, Sunnah Al Kubra, Volume 3, Hadith 472.
Like, what kind of pages do you follow? Like, seriously, that is like hilarious.
No, that is my friend's account, so
Yeah,
he
this
put
is
it
our
up.
fellow Hindu's account. He's very much he knows all the verses and hadiths and everything. So he
Yeah.
puts up to mock them.
I mean, him saying it aloud was one thing, but then seeing the picture, I mean, the big emoji was sorry. Yeah, different story. Okay, like thanks for answering that question. That cleared my doubts, and also like there has been research to like indicate that reincarnation is a phenomenon that happens, right, based on Ian Stevens's work, like you quote.
Sorry, I didn't catch that word.
Oh, sorry. You do quote that, like, based on Ian Stevenson's work, reincarnation is a phenomenon that exists.
Yes, yes. And like I said, there are meditation techniques within Hinduism. You can use it to remember your own past life. But
Yeah.
when it comes to you as a memory, it comes with all the garbage and nonsense that you collected. The heavy emotions, the memories, and everything. So most people cannot handle this one life's memories and emotions. Like imagine having 2 lives, memories and emotions.
Yeah, that's like a lot to take in. I feel like you have to have a different form of mental strength because one life itself comes with its own set of struggles.
Absolutely. So it's not really recommended for people to actually, go and remember their past life and everything. But you
Yeah.
can always go to a Nadi Shastri and he will read your Nadi for you and give you like the highlights of your past life if you really want it.
Okay. All right.
And the way it helps you is that, like when I got the Nadi thing, right, everything just matched. It's like, okay, yeah, of course, yeah, this is why I'm the way I am. This is why my life is playing out like that. It felt like I'm reading a previous chapter of the current chapter.
I see. But do you also think it's a little unfair? Because like karma, I get it. Like whatever happens as a result of our actions in this life is something I get it. Like it's something you have to like you know put up with if it's either the fruits or the punishment for your sins and stuff like that. But when it's after reincarnation,
See, the idea of punishment, sin, this is not at all how a Hindu looks at these things.
oh.
For us, it's just cause and effect.
I get it, but like if something unfavorable happens, like I'll just give you an example. Like my partner cheated on me and stuff like that, and that is like that a result of my past life, me being a cheater, adulterous individual. I'm just saying, how is it like fair for me in this life when I don't have any recollections of my past life if I've been trying to like, stay true to myself and everybody involved? Because like
No, but everything is also learned.
oh. Uh, yeah, just quick.
Right. No
Because
matter what happens.
yeah, because like, this is like, it's not something I can consciously
Perfect.
change now in my past. Like what I'm doing now in my present life is what I'm consciously doing. Sorry?
So life will never be perfect. The ideal that you have in your mind, right? It's just
Yeah.
a mental creation. Because the moment life becomes perfect, everything is absolutely the way you want it to be. Then the next step would be you would not even want to live. You would be like, what? Let me go meditate and become enlightened. See what I mean?
So, are you saying that life is purposely like unpredictable, even whether good or
Yes.
bad, so that,
Yes. Like, which movie do you like watching where you already know the end?
to be honest, I believe it or not, I like actually reading the end of the movies because I'm a little too
Because you
weak-hearted.
don't have any patience. That's why.
What? What
You
did you
don't have
say?
any patience. That's why.
I don't have any what?
Patience.
I do have patience. No, the thing is that I'm a bit weak-hearted. Like, if it's a movie where I'm like invested in the characters and they all die in the end, I don't want to like invest in them further. So I want to know if things have a happy ending. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to invest in. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have a friend who is exactly like that.
Yeah.
She's watching a horror movie, but she already wants to know like who survives in the end.
I
And
mean, she
she has
has.
to leave the room, because she forwards the whole thing and watches the end, and she comes back and watches the whole thing, which is super irritating.
I read the plot on Wikipedia and then so that's even worse.
Yeah. But sometimes, the experience itself is the journey.
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just I get cause and effect, but it's like wouldn't that be satisfied in my past life itself? Like why does whatever that has happened in my past life affect me in the present? If the cause and effect theory worked in my past life, or is it not enough?
The reason why we have life itself is
Mm-hmm.
because of our past life. Because we have karmas that is following you. If you have cleared all your karmas, you become enlightened. You don't even have to be born again.
Um, all right. So you're saying we all have past lives. Like, is there a concept of like maybe a new spirit or something
No,
taking
there's
birth?
nothing called the new spirit. No.
Oh, okay.
We're all reincarnations of each other. So
Okay.
there's nothing new to begin with. It's just the one entity going around having every experience possible.
Wait, we are reincarnations of each other.
Yeah. In one of my future lives, I'll be you, or in one of my past lives, I was
Oh,
you.
oh my God. Have you heard of this theory? It's called like, I mean,
The
many
egg
people
theory.
like, it's called this egg theory or something like that.
The egg
This
theory.
is,
Egg theory is a cheap copy of Hinduism.
but is that actually really, that's true?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's literally what is going on.
That is, that is creepy as hell. I mean, not creepy, it's frightening.
So life is literally that. You're continuously course correcting yourself to have the experience that you want. And the human mind is such that today you want something, and next 10 years your whole ideology might change. You might want something else. And if it doesn't change in 10 years, it might change in 50 years. If it doesn't change in 50 years, it might change in the next after 3 lifetimes. But eventually it's going to change. Change is the true nature of reality, right? And it eventually keeps changing. You keep course correcting, and you keep having all these different experiences until one day you decide, what, now it's too much. I want to know the truth. That's when
Yeah.
like people go up to the Himalayas, or take a sabbatical or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
and sit down and meditate. And
Oh,
once you
yeah.
meditate, you come to a realization that it's just one consciousness going around having all these experiences. I want to just stay as pure consciousness, and that's when you get enlightened.
Yeah. Of course. It's just crazy because, like, based on what you're saying, it sounds like nothing is really constant. Because if I were to, like, be reincarnated as you, maybe, would I completely lose my current sense of self? Or, like, anybody else, for instance?
There is no, see, the ultimate truth is that there is no self.
No
Your
ego.
current sense of self is just the data that you picked up in this lifetime.
Yeah. I guess things are constantly changing, but the cause and effect, like, I guess, like what we've done in our past lives, that
Have you
stays.
heard a funny example that I give? Well, today, right now, at this moment, you can decide, I forget my life, whatever I did so far. I will dedicate the next 20 years of my life to become the best ballerina who ever lived. And you know what? You can actually do that if you want to.
Hey. Let's be realistic. Age-wise, like ballerinas, like start off from when they're like children and
No,
stuff like that.
age-wise too. You can be like, no, I want to be that. You can be like a very ziddy person, adamant, I want to be, and you can dedicate your next 20 lives for that. Will you achieve it? That's a different story. But you can dedicate your life.
Okay. We can dedicate, yeah, but achieving it is like a different story altogether. Got it.
No, you never know. Maybe you can achieve it too. Who knows? Your dedication will be so thorough that the world will be like, okay, you know what? We need to change things around here. Now men can, identify as women and participate in women's sports. So anything is possible.
Hey. About that.
Just kidding. Don't
Oh,
beat
you
me,
do
just
believe?
kidding.
Oh,
I'm totally just kidding.
Hey, what are your thoughts on transgender? This is unrelated to Hinduism. Like, you can choose to not talk about that or anything.
Yeah, see, the thing is about the transgender thing, right? I
Yeah.
don't think that whole thing should play out in the society. What people do in their bedrooms and bathrooms is completely their business. Why does
Yeah.
other people get to judge them? No, not cool.
Yeah. And like, for transgenders, like it's like a very difficult concept to grasp, but like these individuals are born with an entirely different neural brain chemistry, like that, like this might seem like a very gendered specific, there's a lot of debate on that, but
No, but my point was like 100 years ago, would you ever think that these things could play out like this? No, you could not. But now we have it, right? So, never say no. Anything is possible.
True, but like in the Mahabharata, wasn't there like somebody like who was an Adi Purush or something like that, half man, half woman,
Yeah.
and could
We have
only
plenty
kill
of stories
somebody?
like that. We have
Yeah,
plenty of stories like that. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I think I mean, I wouldn't say religion, but I think it's in our culture that we acknowledge individuals like that. I don't want to humble
We
brag.
never had a problem with these things. Like I said, what people do in their private matter is completely their own business. In real
Yeah.
life, just be valuable and
Yeah.
contribute the way you can contribute. Nobody
Yeah,
cares
exactly.
what you pack in your pants.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. But yeah, transgenderism isn't really a sexuality though. Like you have to see that people live out that. It's outside the bedroom. You get what I mean?
Even the sexuality thing, I don't really mind. It's completely people's own business.
Yeah.
Why do we
Exactly.
get to have a say? Who are we? Have we
Yeah.
lived their life? No, we have not.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really don't give a shit as long as, you don't impact me negatively in a way or people around you and you're not a threat to yourself. So,
This is another reason why like religion becomes a problem. Oh, my book says this is not okay. I have to unalive you. Like, dude, who the hell wrote your book? Who cares?
unalive you, yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I get like having your own set of routines and schedules and stuff like that, but when you are not, when you have to like course correct what other people do to the point that you come to the conclusion that you have to unalive them, that is ridiculous.
Yeah. But again, they're all other incarnations of you, so you can't ultimately you
Oh,
should not be
sure.
judging that.
Also, all the people you troll back, you think there are other incarnations of you too.
Exactly. That's why I pretty much have fun with the whole thing. I don't take sadness away from these lives.
No, but then you give it back, like, as harshly as they give it to you.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm having fun while I'm doing this. I'm not doing it as like somebody comes and trolls me. I'm not like it's not affecting me in any way. It's not
Okay.
coming from an emotional place. It's just okay. I'm just having fun.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm just saying, like, I mean, thinking about it now, like, have you ever thought about possibilities of if you were maybe incarnated into, like, a radical family? How would your
I'm
life
sure
go?
I have. It's impossible that I have not.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts about that?
My thoughts is that exactly how you see these idiots behave. There was a lifetime when I behaved like that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
Right.
again, I course corrected. I took right decisions here and there, maybe even wrong decisions, and here I
Yeah.
am. It will
Yeah.
keep happening. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll take a lot of wrong steps, which will eventually make me a radical person again. Who knows? It's absolutely possible.
Yeah. But this whole concept of what you were just explained, that we are all reincarnations of one another, that is like, wow.
No, because there is only one consciousness. Your consciousness is not separate from mine. There is nothing called Re's consciousness and eternal's consciousness. There's only
Mm-hmm.
consciousness, and within consciousness, eternal appears and reappears.
Yeah, collective consciousness, right?
I
That's what
mean,
it's
it was
called?
never separated to begin with. There is no collection needed. There's only one
Oh.
consciousness, which is
Oh.
going around experiencing everything else.
Oh.
So
So,
when maybe ancient Hindus, when they were trying to explain this, some idiot said, "Oh, so there is only one God who's all powerful," and they created these nonsense religions. They do not understand what we are trying to say.
I understand. So are animals also included in the one consciousness thing?
Everything is included. Everything.
Insects as well?
Everything. Not just
Holy shit.
living beings. The
Oh
stone,
no.
elements.
No, wait.
See,
Not just living things.
there is consciousness, right? Consciousness is just
Yeah.
pure possibility. It's sitting as possibility.
Oh,
And
okay.
to act out that possibility, it becomes energy. And this science can prove to you that everything, if you boil down, it's energy, right?
Okay.
So that is called
Okay.
Shakti. In the Hindu system, we call it Shakti, Ma Shakti.
So
That is
it's
the pure
not
energy.
strength.
No, Shakti is not strength. Shakti literally means that energy. And energy, eventually, it keeps changing forms. That is the property of energy. Yeah.
Okay,
It
yeah.
cannot stay still. It is dynamic. It has to keep changing forms. So what happens is, because it keeps changing forms, what is simple, it becomes complicated.
Okay. I get it.
So
So,
from a simple energy form, it eventually becomes matter. Matter eventually becomes more complicated matter, and complicated matter becomes life. Life becomes human beings, so on and so forth.
okay. Holy shit. That feels really good. Like it's very, I, I mean, it's like gives you a lot of shitload of existentialism, mind my language, but it also like helps you let go of grudges quicker
Yeah,
because,
it does. That's why, like, enlightened people, they are the most passionate, most compassionate, most
yeah.
empathetic people you will ever meet. Because for them, they don't see you as a different being. They're like, okay, this is an extension of me.
Yeah, that is that is how it should be. I mean, not should be. Like we shouldn't use the word should, but that's a very good thing to like espouse. Um, so, like, based on everything you've told me of how it is, consciousness and energy are synonymous, right?
Energy is the first manifestation of consciousness, because consciousness
Okay.
wants to, like, oh, why not? Let's experience something. So it manifested itself as energy. Energy, it manifested as matter, matter into life, so on and so forth. So yes, consciousness and energy is the same thing.
So consciousness has many states. Got it.
Yes.
I used to like, in psychology, whenever we talk about consciousness, we directly like use it synonymous with perception. We do not like, consider energy and stuff like that. And with perception, that is very individualized. At least
Right.
it's constrained to one body. If you get what I mean. So that's just how I used to perceive consciousness. But
The
yeah,
West is actually kind of lost in the whole consciousness business, because
yeah.
they think that consciousness arises in the body somewhere. So
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at
Yeah,
the wrong place. It's
yeah,
like a fish is looking for water. Bro, you
yeah,
are all like, everything is inside water.
yeah.
That's why
I,
in the West you have this hard problem of consciousness, which is still not cracked. But if you pay attention to a lot of scientists, right? For example, Schrodinger is clearly talking what I'm talking.
oh, he's clearly talking about what?
The things I said about consciousness, that's literally what Schrodinger is talking about.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Even the egg theory, though, like, no matter how cheap of a version it is, that is also, like, really encapsulates what you said. It's kind of crazy. Um,
And Hindus have been talking about this since forever. Every sab maya hai. What does that mean? You're living in the matrix. That's what it means.
oh, so you do believe that one thing that Andrew Tate says is true, that we are living in a matrix?
Yeah, but I don't know if he understands what it means. He's just using it. Okay. From his perspective, like there are rulers who's ruling everything. There is no
Yeah.
ruler. Everybody is just making his way. Nobody
Yeah.
has a complete plan for everything.
Yeah. That's true. Absolutely. Well, thanks for like clarifying all these things, and for the new host of existentialism. Really appreciate that.
No problem. The pleasure
Um,
is all mine. And this is Hinduism, by the way. I'm not like making up anything.
no,
This
of course. That's why I'm listening to you. Is this all in Raj Yoga, that book you recommend all the time, by Swami Vivekananda?
you'll get like the scaffolding from where to get this knowledge.
Okay,
From Raj.
sorry. What about like everything else you said? Like, where else can I read about this more extensively?
This is Vedanta. So there are different levels of Vedanta. So the more you research into
Okay.
Vedanta, you will get this knowledge.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like a little scared about all the bugs I like ruthlessly murdered. I could easily be one of them.
The M word, not cool.
Yeah, anyways, but I'm still gonna kill mosquitoes. I'm sorry. Like, it's either you or me.
It's okay. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
But like,
All then.
if you're saying that we're all like gonna be reincarnated into one another, what about the future? So won't that be like an entirely different like host of individuals entirely? But technically they are already the same. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, from the consciousness perspective, like even though it's going around having all these experiences, it already knows like what all experience is possible. From the consciousness perspective, the whole thing is stamped in one go.
Okay.
Now, through our five senses, we are going through all these different possibilities.
Okay. All right. I got it. So you're saying that like consciousness already has like a set of like possibilities that will happen and not happen and stuff like that?
Yep.
So it's like fate.
I mean, fate from our perspective, but from consciousness perspective, like it's not fate. This is exactly like it wants to experience everything. Like
But
fate
like,
is like there are some things, right? Some possibilities. But
yeah.
from consciousness perspective, it's not some possibilities. It's like all possibilities.
Okay. So all possibilities. Okay.
Yeah, aliens. All the sci-fi movies you see. Think about everything. Yeah, it's all there somewhere.
Okay. All right. It's fixed, but it encompasses everything. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Because see, time is something we experience. For consciousness,
Yeah.
there's no concept of time.
Okay. Okay.
So things
That's-
happening linearly is something that we go through so that we can have this experience. From consciousness
Yeah.
perspective, there's nothing called linear. There's nothing called time. There's nothing called a sequence.
Okay. Wow. Is there like any evidence to like prove these theories, or?
For time, bro, this thing, theory of relativity.
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, physics itself is also a theory, though. Like a lot of the times, like they are not,
Nah,
they
but the
can't be
hot plate
tested.
example, come on.
Okay. The what example?
The hot plate, if you sit on a hot plate, time
Oh,
moves
yeah.
very slowly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And it's not even a joke, right? It's actually the truth. If
I
you're doing
know,
something
I know.
very boring, time moves very slow.
So, oh yeah, if you're doing something really boring, yeah, it does. Yeah, because like, yeah, that's like kind of based on our perception, though, right?
No, because time is our perception.
Okay.
There are times when I sit down to meditate and I don't
Yeah.
realize time going by. Like,
Yeah, I know.
in my brain, I feel like, maybe I've sat down for maybe maximum 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, somebody tells me, look at the time, it's like 4 or 5 hours gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, thank you again. This just made it 10 times more complicated than it is, because there's no straight answers, and
Yeah, because these things are not supposed to be like, processed with your brain. It's supposed to be imbibed in your system,
Yeah.
the whole system,
Yeah.
not just the brain.
yeah, I guess by meditating we get closer to the stage of like being closest to whatever we can of knowing it, right?
Yes,
Okay.
not really.
Thank you so much once again for like investing so much time. Like it's just
These are really good questions. I want all the Hindus to know these things. So I'll spend the
yeah.
next 20 hours doing this. It's completely okay.
Well, thanks again. I will really look up those sources. So appreciate it.
For sure. And check out the book that I wrote if you can.
Oh yeah. Is it in your bio?
Yeah, it's in the link. There's one clickable link. It's an
Okay.
Amazon link.
Perfect.
You look it up.
Is it on Kindle?
Yeah, it is only on Kindle right now.
Perfect.
Actually.
Yeah, that's very good. Accessible. Nice.
Yeah.
Like that. Definitely will look it up. Thanks for all the work. Really appreciate
No
it.
problem. Thank you.
Jai Shri Ram, as usual.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
That was long, but like I said, I want Hindus to know all these things. So if Hindus are paying attention, pay attention. This is Vedanta through and through. Vedanta, the word Vedanta literally means the end of Vedas. This is the Jew, like when you juice the Vedas and completely take out the nutrition from it, this is what you get. That's what the Upanishads are. Upanishads are Vedantas. They're called Vedantas because Ant of Vedas. So if you really want to go to the Upanishads, I generally do not recommend this, but you can go to Mandukya Upanishad and what is the other? I forgot. Mandukya Upanishad. I definitely recommend. So one more. Okay, I'm glad Hindus are coming and asking questions. Like this is what the purpose of the live is.
What's up? I'm back.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? So I wanted to talk about Kali Yuga. First of all, I'm reading everywhere online that Kali Yuga is, lasts for like 420,000 years. Is that time frame correct for starters?
The problem here is right. It's a cyclical thing. Everybody knows this, right?
Yeah.
And the cycle itself has mini cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Like within Kali Yuga, there is again Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga.
Oh, really?
So there is good side of Kali Yuga, there is bad side of Kali Yuga.
Okay,
and within those again there is more. It's continuously, in a minuscule level till the macro level. It's a continuous cycle. So we don't know exactly in which level we are talking about. The main cycle, obviously, that is the 420 whatever thousand. Sorry, that you mentioned. That is the big one. But within that, there is minimum ones.
I
So
see.
in this one, I think we are in the Treta Yuga, I think, right now.
Okay, I
That's
see.
why, because real description of Kali Yuga, if you look at it, there is barely any food. People are basically eating each other, and there is chaos everywhere. But here we are sitting and chatting peacefully, right? That's
Sure.
not Kali Yuga. So this is like in the main Kali Yuga. This is actually one of the Treta or Dwapar Yugas or something.
I see. Okay, I see. Okay, because that's what was confusing me, because talking about like Krishna, the Avatar, and then like Kalki is next, and I was just confused because like why is there so much of a time frame in between the two? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there are some people who are saying like in the next 70 years Kali Yuga will happen. Other people who say like there's 400,000 years remaining for Kali Yuga. So yeah, sorry, Kalki to come in. So yeah.
Then how would we know when he's here?
The Hinduism doesn't talk about you trying to know this thing. You don't have to know. You just have to worry about your life.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, no,
Like
just
there are quotes going around saying like, okay, Christians are waiting for Jesus' second coming. Muslims are waiting for what is his name? I forgot. And Hindus are waiting for Kalki. This is not at all true. Hindus are not waiting for anybody. Hindus are just living their life. When things are supposed to happen, they will happen. But we are not waiting for a savior. Hinduism tells you to take charge and make the recommended changes in your own life. Nobody's coming to save you.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I guess the second question I have is during oh my god, I just had the question in my head. Damn it, man. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so when we're talking about worship and different deities for us, when I was talking about my past life question earlier, I was asking about how to know more about my past life. But one thing that I do know is that I was a devotee of Lord Surya in my past life. That's something that I was told. But in this life, I'm feeling I'm feeling a call more to Lord Shiva, right? So like that's basically I don't know, like, you know, I should fulfill my dharma to Lord Surya because I was a follower of Lord Surya, and maybe I have some karma that I need to fulfill by worshipping him. So what do I do in that aspect? You know, like ultimately, it's trying to connect with Brahman. That's true, but you know what would you recommend that I do in that
I
situation?
would recommend doing Surya.
Surya. Okay.
Yeah.
Why so?
Because Shiva is like the ultimate, you know, it requires a lot of time, patience, and energy to get there. And
Mm.
even through Surya, that will be one of the, what do you call it, immediate steps, which will eventually take you to Shiva, anyways. So,
Yeah, I mean, because they're all part of the one anyway. So that's true. It's not like Lord Surya is going to be like, oh, you're going to worship Shiva.
it's like, say you're going up a mountain, right? And you can see the top of the mountain. But
Mm.
there are millions of different ways to go there. And there are some ways which is like directly in front of you. Okay, you can clearly see, okay, this one I can take to move forward. So take that. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, and you're saying just to be like a follower of the Shiva way, like it requires a lot more effort than.
Brother, all ways are Shiva ways. There is nothing called a Shiva way separately.
Mm. Okay, all right, sure.
This is what it means when it says, right, Sarva Dharma Sambhav. It literally
Mhm.
means this. It means that, you know, all different dharmic paths, they eventually lead you to Shiva or Vishnu or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, sure. I just feel like every time I, want to say a prayer, I just feel like the Shiva, like Om Namah Shivaya, like that's the first words that come out of my mouth, for some reason. But I'll continue saying some Surya mantras as well. That's also fine. I feel like it's both are like fine, right? I'm assuming.
Absolutely, yeah. Both are fine.
Okay, fine, done. Okay, I'll do that. That's basically all I want to talk about. And yeah, I mean, you were talking about the how Hinduism is sort of like a science. It is a science, in that it, I mean, I have a degree in physics, or in astrophysics technically. I do see a lot of parallels in what I learned in my undergrad and now what I'm learning more about our culture and all that stuff. So I'm just, this is just for, I mean, whoever is also listening, I just want to say that, like, it's not like.
Wait. If you're into that, right, I would recommend on YouTube, there is a person called Archana Raghuraman. Okay, Archana Raghuraman. She's a physicist herself.
Oh.
And she connects Vedanta to physics, modern physics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's
Archana Raghuraman. Yeah. Amuji?
Okay.
Yeah, that the channel name is Temple Science and Books.
Temples. Okay.
Temples, Books and Sciences.
Temples, books, and sciences. Okay, cool. I'll look at that because
you have muted
something like
yourself.
that. And wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm assuming this person has a doctorate degree in like physics or something like that, because I only have a bachelor, so I'm trying to, like, if somebody's trying to draw parallels, I need somebody who's a little bit more advanced in the physics side of things, at least. So is that?
Yeah, she is, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yep. Thanks, man. Just wanted to know about those things. So yeah.
No problem. And all the Hindus who are watching, I would recommend everybody to go watch her videos. The way she connects everything, right? It's you once you understand the things that she's explaining, you'll be like, duh, of course. It won't even jar in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
And she explains it very nicely, very in a simple manner for a person who doesn't have knowledge about physics also to understand it.
Like a series of connecting Vedanta to the double slit experiment. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
The way she connects quantum mechanics to Vedanta, right?
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yes.
Cool. I mean, I studied that like a few years ago, so I think it'll be a good refresher for me. So anyways, but yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
That double slit experiment was my first video for her, and then I just immediately
Same. I think I shared it to you, right?
Yes.
Or you shared it to me. I don't remember.
You shared it to me.
Okay, I shared it to you.
Yeah.
See, when we talk knowledge, real knowledge, look at how the audience went away. So
Yes.
the cube worshippers are not here to learn anything.
No. They don't even understand what it is.
Yep. So it doesn't want to connect. Also, let me remind you, I have a book up there published today. So feel free to go to my bio and show support. And see, it's not just that it's just a book. It actually puts light on the Malabar massacre of the Hindus, which is a forgotten thing in history. That's what I'm trying to bring light to with the book. Hey, Saran, what's up?
What's up, brother? How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just chilling, you know. I was looking at your live for a bit. Sorry for like the stupid comments I left in there.
That's completely okay, bro. Like, as long as you have a decent conversation with me, I'm completely good.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, so you were talking about like the Raja Yoga book. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, I recommend everybody to start learning Hinduism from that book.
Oh, okay. So I just want like a general question about Hindus, basically. So like do you know when like Hinduism like spread to like the rest of India?
Forget being spread, bro. Everybody was practicing Hinduism in the past across the
How
world,
long
not
ago
just
would you say
India.
this? How long would you say this was?
Like the Hinduism that we know today, the way it's practiced, this goes back 15,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like older like philosophies like I forgot, but it's like Vedanta, right? That's like one of the oldest ones.
Yeah.
Is there like anyone older than that? Like
So Vedanta is a culmination of the older sciences.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
like
It's basically like together, all coming together, basically, right?
if you pick up a book by say Einstein today, right? Maybe the language you will not get it. You might want somebody from today to kind of make you understand what Einstein was trying to say. So the science has not changed. The way we are explaining the same thing has changed. So that's
Oh,
what
okay.
happened to Hinduism too. Vedanta is just explaining what the Vedas did, but in a more simpler format. And then, Vedantas are basically the Upanishads. And then eventually Puranas tried to like allegorify the whole thing. Now we have contemporary gurus. It kept changing like that. By the way, you have paused your life. Maybe he has a call. Come back
Yes,
when you can
that's
talk.
true.
Yeah. My voice is gone. What did you say, Emoji?
It's been 2.5 hours, so no wonder you.
Yeah, I think a couple of more guests and I'll finish. Hey, what's up? Unmute yourself, bro.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Why is Hinduism the truth? What makes you say that?
Hinduism is the truth because it's not a blind faith, it's pure science. That's why.
Can you break that down for me?
So all the books that we have, the scriptures in Hinduism, they are basically research done by ancient scientists. None of them claim stupid things like, God came to me and gave this knowledge and all that. And science can be verified. Everything in Hinduism can be verified.
So you believe in reincarnation?
Yes.
So
I don't believe in it. I know it's true. You can look up studies done by Ian Stevenson from the University of Virginia. It's pretty much proof for reincarnation.
what of that proves reincarnation?
I just pointed you. Go and do the research.
Okay. So
Hey, Hinduism is not for lazy people, bro. Like I can point you in the right directions. You have to go and get the information yourself.
So I've got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you view the Hindu gods to be literal beings, or do you see them
There are no
as
gods. There
metaphorical?
is no God.
There are no what? There are no gods.
There is no God. No.
So there is no Ganesh and Krishna and these figures.
Krishna was my ancestor. Ganesh means good beginnings.
So you don't believe in a being with an elephant head? Is that correct?
Of course not. Have you seen a being with an elephant head? It doesn't exist. Of course not. No Hindu thinks that there is an actual being with a elephant head sitting up in the sky somewhere. No, we don't believe that. Only Muslims and Christians come and say these things. Ganesha,
I have met
Ganesha
Hindus who do believe that.
represents Ganesha represents good beginnings. If you actually look at the figure, the elephant head, it represents, say you are going to start a project, right? And you want it to begin really well. So, one, you need to be extremely intelligent, right? So you can solve problems. That's why Ganesha has a big head, elephant head. Elephants are they hold a lot of memory. Second, you will see Ganesh has a big tummy, which means he doesn't take himself too seriously. He has a positive attitude. You will see he's smiling all the time. Again, positive attitude. He has tools in his hands. It tells you that you are supposed to learn things. You need technology. That's what Ganesh represents. The whole thing is symbolical for how to get a good beginning in your life.
So you just take these stories as metaphorical representations. Is that correct?
Not metaphorical, allegorical representations of what is actually going on in real life. Like, for example, if I want to teach somebody gravity, I will make a big muscled guy and give him a rope and say, okay, this is gravity, he pulls everything down. And using that character, I can teach you physics. But that doesn't mean gravity does not exist. Gravity is absolutely real. I personified it.
Do all Hindus have this view, or are there Hindus that do literally believe in these beings?
Every Hindu who has actually studied Hinduism, they all will say the same thing I said. But 99% of the Hindus have never studied Hinduism.
So 99% have not studied it. So 99% of Hindus would believe that these are literal gods that exist. Is that right?
No, 99% of the Hindu, they just live life. They don't sit and wonder too much about this. That sitting and wondering too much is an Islamic and Christian attitude, because you guys are too afraid of what is going to come after life. Hindus are not afraid of what is going to come after life. They just live life. No Hindu goes and like, oh, I'm scared, what will happen? I'm scared that if I don't worship XYZ God, he will punish me. No Hindu says that. In fact, God fearing is not a Hindu phrase. We never say, I'm a God fearing person.
So after you die, you just reincarnate into another animal. Is that right?
Who told you this?
I'm asking you. I'm not sure.
Of course not. Like I told you, go research the Ian Stevenson's work.
So what do you reincarnate into?
Brother, I just gave you do the research, bro. Like I told you, Hinduism is not for lazy people. You have to do research.
Okay. What is it called?
Studies on Reincarnation by Ian Stevenson from the University of Virginia.
Ian Stevenson.
Yes, he has written an entire paper. There is plenty of cases. You can even go to YouTube and search for his actual research and testimonies and whatnot.
Is the guy a Hindu as well?
Hinduism is not a religion.
Does he believe in the Hindu scriptures?
Hinduism is not a belief system either. No.
Does he take value from Hindu scriptures?
Every scientist does. In fact, the bigger scientists than him have taken value. Schrodinger talks about Hindu scripture. Einstein did. Niels Bohr did. The dude who created the atomic bomb, what's his name? He did.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer did, yes. All the scientists were reading Hindu scripture.
When I say take value, I mean they looked at the books actively and read
Absolutely.
them.
In fact, the atomic theory actually comes from Hinduism. Quantum mechanics comes from Hinduism. Yes, Tesla too. Yes, absolutely. Ephemeral. Tesla
So
got the idea of 369 from Hinduism, by the way.
So you believe these individuals studied Hindu scriptures and that's what
Even today, the German scientists, they're actually hell-bent on studying Hinduism. They have an entire department called Sanskrit, because they don't trust the English translations. They actually learn Sanskrit and read the original script. This is true. You can actually look it up right now. And the funny thing is, Hindus themselves are not doing this. Random Germans are literally learning Sanskrit so that they can read the original scripture, but Hindus have no clue, which is so sad, absolutely sad.
You don't believe in any god or any creator or anything like of the sort.
I
Is
don't
that
believe
right?
in anything. The idea of belief is not a Hindu idea. We like to know things.
So would you describe yourself as an agnostic then?
What am I agnostic about? Agnostic is somebody who has not made up his mind. I know exactly what's going on. My mind is absolutely made
Are
up.
you are, are you agnostic about the existence of a original creator of the universe?
No, not at all. It's an absolutely fake creation. There's nothing called a god. Doesn't exist.
So you deny an existence of any creator.
I don't have to deny something that does not exist to begin with. I can deny something
If you
that
affirm
maybe
if you
has
affirm it
some
doesn't
proof.
exist, then you're denying.
Brother, you deny something that maybe has some proof. You're not entirely sure, so you deny it. Like, what proof does anybody have for a god being? No, nobody.
You
It's
can
a
deny something which has
idea.
no proof as well. But go ahead.
No, but seriously, like, what proof does anybody have for this god character? Nothing. They just read it in a book.
Okay, that's interesting.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
So would you say all Hindus who actively study Hinduism? I don't want to say it's a religion because I don't think you consider it a religion. So
It was never a religion. It's not about what I consider it. If you read scripture, you will know that no. In fact, religiosity and dogma is actually discouraged in the Hindu system.
are all Hindus who study Hinduism the I don't know what you would call like the priests of Hinduism, would they be aligned in what you're saying right now regarding Hinduism?
You could not call them priests, but yeah, the scholars they would, yes. I literally,
Okay.
you heard me talk to the other person before you, right? I gave him a reference where a Hindu who's actually studied Hinduism, Vedanta, she's a physicist and she's trying to draw parallels between modern physics and Vedanta. This is how a real Hindu talks, purely through the lenses of science. Actually, you should also look it up. It's called, what is it called? Temple Science and Books, right?
Yeah,
The YouTube channel.
temples, books, and sciences.
Okay, Temples, Books and Sciences, that channel. Books and Science, yes. Temples, Books and Science, yes. Please watch this. She's a scholar. She's a Hindu.
Hello.
You have muted yourself, bro. I cannot hear anything if you're talking.
So what is the video called?
It's not the video. It's a channel called Temples, Books and Science.
Temples, books, and science. Or what does this demonstrate?
It's a physicist who's also a learned Hindu, like a proper scholar. She's connecting modern science to our Vedanta.
So what are some of the connections that she has made?
Like the double slit experiment, the observer effect. It is straight from the Vedantas, exactly how the Vedanta describes it.
So I'm quite ignorant on Hindu scripture. So is the Vedanta the main scripture you go by?
If I ask you what is the main scripture book for science, what will you tell me?
I wouldn't be able to point you to one.
Exactly. So there's nothing called main scripture. It's just science.
Is there any book you would consider to be the most authoritative?
Again, if I ask you the same question about modern science, what will you tell me?
What is the most used Hindu scripture by Hindus?
There's nothing like that.
Okay. If you were to study Hinduism, what would be the first book you would open up? Or
I
is
would
it just
recommend you, like, for example, the way you are talking, I have a recommendation for you. If somebody else comes and talks the other way, he has a little bit more knowledge, I'll give him some other recommendation.
So what would you recommend to me?
I would recommend Raja Yoga by Swami Vivekananda.
Can you say that a little bit slower, please?
No, even if I say it slowly, you'll not get it. Let me write it down.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Okay. Yeah. All right, bro. Do you have any other questions for me? Kashi, yes, I would recommend Arya Samaj too, but they take a very hard stance, which you need to be a little lenient with. But yes, I would recommend Arya Samaj.
So these are books written later regarding Hinduism. Is that right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm asking in regards to actual Hindu canonical books, scriptures.
I literally just told you, in Germany they are learning Sanskrit to be able to read that. I don't think you are, you don't have you have the time to learn Sanskrit, do you?
Are there no translations available?
Now, all the translations are made by Christian missionaries. They completely messed up the whole thing.
All of the Hindu translations are made by Christian missionaries.
This is why I would never recommend anything in English other than the modern contemporary gurus like Vivekananda.
Okay, so there is no accurate Hindu translation of any Hindu book. Is that correct?
I don't trust all of them. I cannot go through everything to recommend you something, but I do not trust them, no.
Okay.
But nobody can question the authority of Swami Vivekananda, whose book I recommended to you right now. So feel free.
What would be the earliest book of Hinduism? Would you say?
We don't even know. No idea.
What are some of the earliest books?
Like I said, no, we have no idea.
You have no idea
Because we can't even put a date on Hinduism. The rough figure we have is roughly 15,000 years ago. We began the current way we are practicing it. We got the scaffolding for that system 15,000 years ago.
Who wrote the Vedanta and when?
Ancient scientists did.
When? Do you know when or not?
How does it matter, bro? How does it matter? You're asking all the wrong questions. Does it matter when
I'm curious.
Einstein wrote? Does it matter when Einstein discovered the theory of relativity?
Well, it is some valuable information, some important information, yeah.
No. Answer this question. Does it matter when Einstein discovered the theory of relativity?
The dates would be interesting to me, yeah.
Does it matter as a scientist? Does it matter to you?
In the grand scheme of things, I suppose it does not matter, but it would be
Exactly.
interesting.
So let's talk about the grand scheme of things. The looking into nitty-gritty, you will completely lose the point of Hinduism. There is a reason why when you go to school, there is a complete different section called history and complete different section called science. And we are talking science right now.
What would you
If you
say
don't have
is
any further questions, I'll move on to the next guest and call it a day.
sure.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, Pixie, I did notice that, but I don't think I gave him a chance to kind of act out on it. Because I'm not in the mood right now, actually. Is there any cure for planet Earth? Absolutely, there is cure, bro. The entire yogic system will help you take charge of your five senses and your mind. And once you take charge of it, you can tell it not to be anxious. But it requires a lot of work. You have to do the work. The first thing they will solve is your diet. I don't know what kind of diet you have.
He wants to join.
What, Amuji?
He didn't want to join earlier.
Hello? Hello,
Hey,
can
what's
you
up?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, buddy, I'm half Hindu, half Sikh. So I just want to know, what do you think about Guru Gobind?
He's
That's
my
all.
guru too, bro.
Yeah.
He gave an
I
extreme.
just, yeah.
Guru
I just
Gobind Ji
heard
gave an
a
extremely
poem.
good system to get enlightened.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we practice both the religions at home. I
Mhm.
heard a poem few days ago by, I think, Subramaniam Swami, the politician in India. And
I don't like him, so but okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, so he said, अगर दशम पिता ना होता तो हमारा ये देश ना होता.
I mean, there are so many other people. It's not just the Dasampita. It's a collective effort
Yeah,
of
I
lots of
know.
different people from all kinds of walks of life. I actually come from a family, Sin,
Yeah,
where literally half of my family are
yeah,
Sikh too. The Khatri families, they
yeah,
used to go around and like take the
yeah.
firstborn
Yeah,
son
so
as
my
first
half
preferred.
of my family is Khatri as yeah, yeah,
Sahi hai
yeah.
bhai. It looks
Family is
like we are
Khatri
cousins
as well.
then. We might be related somehow.
Yeah, no worries, brother. But the thing is, the other guy who was here before, I don't know what he was talking about. As a Hindu, we just carry on. We don't even do anything. We just mind our own business, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. It's okay. Some people are coming with, at least they are able to maintain some civility, right? Which is okay. Some people come in like there is no civility. They just start cursing and cribbing, and it's crazy.
It's all right, brother. We don't have to argue with anyone. It's just we don't care about anyone. We just mind our own business. That's why we are successful.
Absolutely. That is absolutely well put, brother. Completely agree.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm about to like end the live. Let's talk some other time, yeah? Anyways, your internet is kind of crying. So, is it his or mine?
Yes,
Because my
yes.
internet is not very good either today.
No, it's his because it's
Okay, all right.
he's breaking up very bad.
Somebody says scientists are using Quran to discover the truth.
Signs of flying donkeys, splitting moon.
Flying donkeys and the flat Earth,
Yeah, moon split.
moon split, cheese.
If it was banana split, I would have eaten at least.
Absolutely. All right then. I will finish the live for today because I have to run. It's already 3 hours, by the way. Mazak mazak mein. Yes, about the book. Yes, I wrote a book. It's the intention of the book is to bring light to the fact that in 1920s there was an absolute massacre of the Hindus in Malabar region of Kerala. This is a story that even the Keralites of India tried to keep, because they're communists mostly today. They keep trying to like suppress the whole thing. They keep making movies that tell you the opposite, that they make it look like it was a freedom fight or some shit. Because even in our schools, if you remember, they only taught us there is something called the Khilafat movement. What they did not tell you is that the word Khilafat is a play on the word caliphate. These idiots were not fighting for India with the Indians. They are fighting to replace the British rule with the Islamic rule. And the brunt of it, a good chunk of the brunt of it, was faced by the Erwa clan in the south of India from the Malabar region. This story, not a lot of people know. But if you look up studies done by what is it, Sandeep Balakrishna, okay, his work is absolutely thorough on this topic. You will realize the atrocities that was committed in that particular region in that period. It will break your heart. It's exactly comparable to what happened to the Kashmiri Pandits. But not a lot of people know this. But instead of writing a book of history and actually writing down what do you call it, the actual events, I decided to write a fictional story set in the same events, so that even through fiction, because fiction is fun to read. Sitting and reading history is kind of boring. I do get it. I get bored too. So I wrote a story in that period to kind of bring light to the whole situation. So the scenario that is going around while the main characters are interacting is this whole massacre thing. That is the overlooming background. But you still have the story that you can enjoy and understand what actually Hindus had to go through in this whole scenario. And I would recommend, like, once you read the book, go and actually look up the whole history of what happened back in those days. It is absolutely horrific, and the fact that Hindus have forgotten this is, I'm very sad. And I'm myself one of those people. If I did not come across videos by Sandeep Balakrishna, I would not have known these things. And the funny thing is, the Kerala movie industry is absolutely trying to make it look like, okay, it was a freedom fight. Hindus, Muslims are fighting together. these people were like such a good what do you call it, patriot and all that shit. That's the kind of notion they want to paint to the world. But I want to break that notion. I want to tell the world that there was a massacre that happened against the Hindus by these few worshippers. That's the background that is this story is set in. So if you're a Hindu, I would recommend go read the book. There's only the Kindle version right now, and I am working on the paperback eventually if somebody wants to own a physical book. But you can go read it right now if you want to. 1921 movie you saw. I could not get my hands on it, Genie Bhai. And it was done in a very cheap budget, so I don't know if the movie was any good. But everybody should know this story. And there are plenty of these stories across India. If the reception of this book is good, I might take up other stories to bring them to light too. Yes, Amushi, sorry.
Yeah, and this about this Malabar, this one, there previously in small like small blocks, it was there in the paper. So I wanted to know. My dad also told me about it. It was not as they. Then I went and searched in different libraries. In the biggest library in Trivandrum, it's not there. I searched the whole library to know about this. No book is there. I searched my college library.
Not only that, Amuji, like recently, remember that what's his name? That famous actor from Kerala. He was going to make a movie about this.
Yes.
He was going to show that main guy as a hero.
Mammootty.
No, that is an old movie. The new movie was going to come, but a lot of Hindus did actually cry about this and said, you know what, this is not okay at all, and the movie is shelved for now. But eventually it will come back.
Okay.
They will make this absolute barbarian look like the hero, which is exactly what Bollywood and all these industries keep doing, right?
Yeah.
That is why, like, when that news came out, I was actually looking at what is going on and stuff. And when that news came out that there is this guy. Okay, the hero is called, the actor is called Prithviraj.
Yeah,
He's making a movie about the Malabar G side, but making it look like okay, the whole thing is this thing. That's when I found the Sandeep Balakrishna's videos, and when I dwelled into this whole thing, like it blew my mind. This shit happened in our country.
Yeah.
Absolute massacre. And our school textbook taught us what? Khilafat movement. Gandhiji is supporting it. It's Muslims are fighting for our freedom. Like, what? No, they were not fighting for our freedom. Because in that same period, right, the Ottoman sultans, they lost power. The caliphate ended in that period. So these people were trying to replace that by making India the center of the caliphate. Absolutely horrific, absolutely disgusting, and every Hindu should know this. That's why, again, like I said, if you're a Muslim, I don't even care if you read my book. But if you're a Hindu, please go do the research, read the book. If you have questions, you can ask me. Okay. Jai Shri Ram, Vande Mataram. Thank you so much.
Vande Mataram.
Yeah.